What's good, people? What's good? My boy Laker fan, what's good? Buck Skills, what's good? Buck Skull, what's good? You upset Lakers didn't get nobody? Buyout market. Buyout that trade is more of a risk because you can end up doing the wrong thing. Buyout market is less risk. I thought Lakers they did have Terrence Ross the last minute. They asked for a first round pick. They thought the Lakers were going to cave in at the end and time ran out. Mungo, what up? Laker fan, what's up? Chosen one, what's up? Dan Cruz, what's good? Yeah, the Nets. Yeah, I think the Nets won the trade, but the Nets won the trade, but it's still a good trade for both teams. I think the Sixers gave a bit much. I think that trade would have been even if they gave a first round, a second round, Seth Curry and Ben. If they left out a first round pick and Drummond, I don't think they offer no Woods and Wall. Lakers would have took that. Where you heard that at? Red's dog was good. Yeah, but yeah, look at it like this. It was bad deals was coming our way. We was getting bad deals coming our way. You don't want to take any deal. Yeah, I ain't hear that chosen one. Deal was good. He said not surprised Lakers made no moves. Nobody want Westbrook contract. But I think you get a better chance with the season over. You get the whole year Westbrook. It's like a fresh start. Teams will talk themselves into it. Then he's on the last year's contract. I think it's a better chance. Yeah, that's a good thing. That's Brooklyn got a hell of a piece because now they could trade 2 first round picks. Oh yeah, I seen KD. I like that about KD. You know, KD one of my favorite players. I like that about KD. Julian, he said Philly won the trade. Marquise, is the Lakers going to make the playoffs? I don't know. Eric was good. Let's get the like so I can get people up in here. I ain't gonna lie, guys. Let me tell you something about me, man. Your boy is tired as hell. I'm really tired. But I know y'all really want to let off some steam. So I said, Laker fans, because I left like 10 minutes after the trade deadline, after I did my push-ups. I left. So I said, I know these guys want to get it off their chest. So I said, let me do the stream, y'all. Let these guys vent, but it's not gonna be an all-nighter. I'm telling y'all now, that's why I need everybody hit that like button because I'm tired. I just want y'all to rock out. I'm just gonna let y'all rock out on this panel and do y'all thing. But also, I'm telling you now, because I left the panel the other day and it went haywire. It went haywire. And I had got my son to shut it off. I'm not going for that tonight. I'm not. I'm not. Tonight is not the night. Everybody gonna respect each other. Cause I ain't with that blocking, but I will put people on timeout. I ain't see that, Zay. I ain't see that Rockets offered Woods and Wall for Russ THT in the first. I think the Lakers would have took that because it's like THT in the first for Lakers would have took that. CJ the Goat TV was good, bro. Zay 26. Popeye Jones, what's good? Red's dog say appreciate me. Appreciate that, Red. Yeah, because I'm tired. He said, where Elder at? I don't think the Lake. I want to hear that one. I don't know. I ain't gonna say you wrong, but I didn't hear nothing about the Lakers. All I've been hearing that the Lakers been getting shitty offers. Everything through to THT Wade had to be a first round pick with it, with every player, with the Eric Gordons, with the Terrence Ross. Like, come on. And look what Eric Gordon got traded to Toronto. I don't like Toronto. They tried to, but somebody I think the Knicks backed out the last minute. Because Toronto was motivated. I think then that's why I think they got Gordon. I mean, traded Gordon Dragic. See, the Knicks was trying to figure out. See, sometimes you go wrong when you do that. The Knicks feel that they jumped out there and got Cam, and so they felt they gave up first round pick, so they wanted stuff. They wanted some extra stuff, but the Knicks had to look at it. They was giving off a lot of salary. You was getting off of Nerlens Noel, and you was getting off um you was getting off Nerlens Noel, and you was getting off Alec Burke. You getting off two contracts. You was really getting no contracts back. The Knicks was getting no contracts back. They was getting picks. If they'd have got one pick, that's good for them too. Even if they got second round and Cam Reddish, like they looked at it, man, too much. They looked at it too much. Yeah, y'all trying to flip that for Miles Turner. I don't know, a 7 game series, that'd be a good one. See, that's why if I'm Philadelphia, I would try to held off on Drummond. That Drummond can help Philly up the Brooklyn big time. And Philly had that. I think that Drummond. I think I'd have held on to Drummond. I'd have been like, nah, you giving me Drummond, or I would have took the young boy back, Claxton. It had to be one or the other. Can I get some likes so I can start letting people in? I need 20 likes so I can start letting people in here, man. Yeah, what's up? People have to come in here. Let's get the likes up. That's right, my boy Reg Dogs, so smash that like button. I'm letting people in. Reg Dogs, you want to come in today? Come in today? Got the 20 likes. Let's get it in. He said Rob Palenko, the buyout market. The buyout market, and my thing is this: the buyout market have be just as good as the players we could have got. I definitely believe what's good, the truth. I dropped the link already, Reg. Where I dropped the link. The link is up there for somebody who want to join the live. Try again. Try again. I'll drop that link. There you go. What's good?
What up, Kareem?
How you?
Oh man, you know, shit. Best I can be, trying to stay positive.
Yeah.
Been a
So
long ass day, long week, all that.
I know, looking forward to this deadline. So with this deadline, how disappointed are you?
I mean, I kind of didn't want to make no trades anyway. Deep down, I didn't want nobody to get traded. I feel like we got enough, bro. If we really play right and the coach do what he's supposed to do, we'd be all right.
Yeah.
It's up to us. Can't nobody fix what's wrong. I don't feel like can't nobody come in and fix it.
And that's how the Lakers felt. The Lakers felt that it was no real difference maker for them to drop that
Right. And
first round.
giving up 27 picks. That don't make sense.
It don't make sense. Cause you get somebody ain't that much of a difference, now you stuck. Now it's time to improve your team. You really don't have nothing. So yeah, I think like this. When the summer comes, only plays my boy Niles was good. Thanks, bro. Michael McClellan was good. NBA Chan was good. Yeah, I think like this. When the summer comes, I'm gonna tell you everybody we're gonna have on the books. We're gonna have Braun, AD, Russ, THT, possible Kendrick Nunn, and Austin Reeves. So we have like 6 players that's on our books. The rest free agents.
Yeah, we gotta have a big off season, hopefully.
Yeah. Dan Cruz was good.
What's going on, man?
I see your Nets is making moves.
I mean, we had to, bro. I mean, they had no scoring, man. They had some decent defense, but they didn't have no guys outside of those three that could really score. Like, LaMarcus Aldridge's out. Patty Mills can't do it every game. Like, like when you got a bunch of guys and you can't space the floor, and you got like Bruce Brown and them on the floor, like they can't really shoot like that. Like Bembry, they needed to get shooting. They needed to get some more size, some rebounding. I mean, they did pretty all right today.
Yeah. He said Nets NBA champs. Who's this?
Bad boy for life.
Who's this?
Lakers fan for life.
Who's
Oh,
that?
okay.
Who's that? Bad boy?
Yeah, I just switched my name.
Why you always switch your name, man? You always switch your name like this.
Nothing. But this one had true. Nets is NBA champs.
Oh, okay.
Why do you think that moves put them over the top?
Oh yeah, I think they're better than us. Can't lie, I think they're better than us.
I like the fact that they got a center now, and they needed that. One thing about Drummond, he's strong, and he's gonna bang.
That way saying. They could put he on AD, and they could put he on Dwight.
Hey, Kareem, I think the East is almost better than the West now.
Yes,
It is better than the West.
Yes. Because okay, Reg, who your top 4 teams in the East?
I'm gonna have to go with the Bucks, Brooklyn, Philly, and Miami, and probably the Bulls. That's 5 right there, but
That's 5 solid teams. Now,
5 solid teams.
5 teams in the West. Yeah, I think East may have it now.
In the West, I got Phoenix, the Warriors, probably I'm gonna say Denver because of Joker, but I don't know, man. The West is kind of, I don't know, it's open right now. That's why I feel like the Lakers can do something if we get it together now.
Now we're coach like Vogel.
You think Kawhi coming back?
He might,
Nah, he might come back just to lose.
but that's gonna give him something to look forward to. Even if he come back to lose,
Yep, I agree 100%. They definitely gonna come back and look forward to it.
just to see him on the court is that's gonna be something positive right there.
Yep. He said Drummond cool, but he showed me he could be a non-factor. Well, Drummond, they needed a big body. He said how long before Philly hired Mike D'Antoni?
They got Drummond for Embiid. Because if they're facing James Harden and the Sixers, they got Drummond for Embiid.
Who Philly coach right now?
Doc Rivers.
Man, if they fire Doc Rivers and get D'Antoni, we better get Doc.
I don't want no Doc Rivers.
Man, I'll take Doc over Vogel.
I don't like Doc Rivers as a coach.
I don't like him either, but he better than that bum.
I don't know about that. Doc Rivers, yo, he
You like Vogel more?
For me, I might, yeah. I seen Doc blow a lot of leads.
Yeah.
He coaches with teams that's don't have no like star players.
That'd be over than Vogel.
Doc ain't never coached LeBron though.
No. He said we hiring Phil Hanley.
I mean, better than Vogel.
That's what I'm saying.
I wouldn't be mad at Phil Hanley. I wouldn't be mad at that at all.
Yeah, everybody got quiet. He said B kills every time. It's a that Steph pickup. Yeah, but still, you still want I don't think I gave up Embiid. I mean Drummond.
Yeah, they pick up to go like when they play in Embiid. That's why they pick up when they play in Embiid. And probably Giannis. Embiid and Giannis.
Yeah, real quick, I'm here off topic for 2 minutes. Reg, what's up with that? I ain't really get the I just seen it just now. The Crip Mac 55 got beat up by his own people. You heard something about that?
Yeah, he got DP got disciplined by his set. They found some old shit on his Facebook page, an old Facebook page of his when he was like 14 years old, claiming other hoods and dissing the gang he from now and all that. So, he had the politics of that street shit. He had to go handle that. I mean, shit, he took his DP like a man.
Hold up,
got his ass beat.
See, I'm glad I asked you because I was confused. I seen it, but I couldn't understand it because I heard him talking something at the end. I'm like, hold up. He seemed like he okay. Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, normally somebody get beat up.
Right now, what it is, like, he really ain't he just a internet character pretty much. He not even from really from that area. He just got put on the neighborhood or whatnot. That's why he got all those dumbass tattoos on his face that don't mean nothing. He's pretty much just like a clown for that hood. He's like their mascot. And they can make him do what they want to do. And like he did some foul shit back in the day and they made him pay for it. Like, I don't know, it's like kind of like extorting that he like a slow dude, man, a big slow dude, bro.
Oh, he's slow.
Yeah, he's slow, bro.
Oh, because I was
You can tell how he talk, he's slow, bro. A grown man ain't gonna talk like that. I mean, I gang bang too, but every word ain't blood, this nigga, man. Come on, bro. We got kids.
No, but see, I got confused because, like I said, I don't know him, so I ain't really like.
You can tell how extra he is, though. He too much, all the dumb face tats. He got Hoover Killer on his forehead, bro. That alone right there is that's like a dare, bro. Why would you dare do that?
Oh, having Hoover Killer, he shouldn't have did that.
Right? Yeah, and he not really about like what he look cool, but he not that dude, bro. Like his niggas that really do that don't have all them extra tats. You feel what I'm saying? Like he not low key, like he not a real one.
So who said? Because he crypto, right?
Yeah, he a Crip, but everybody just because you Crip don't mean you feel what I'm saying? Like he's not cut like that. Let me just say that.
So I heard him say something about Hoover's Crip too, right?
Yeah, but that his hood, the Hoovers is enemies. They don't get along.
And he from 55th Street, some shit like that.
Yeah, he a neighborhood Crip, kind of like rolling, like Nipsey.
Oh, also him and Nipsey same set.
Not the same set. He from the 5-5, Nipsey from the 60s. They like 5 blocks apart. But it's all neighborhood Crip, and the neighborhood Crip don't get along with the Hoover Crips. Like it's stupid. The Hoovers don't even consider they Crips that much.
Oh, okay. Because I was wondering, I'm like, who this kid here? I said it went viral. I said, who this dude here, man?
Yeah, man. It's kind of like I don't want to say it's on the Tekashi 6ix9ine type of deal, because he really from a gang, but it's just like they pumping it up, what it making it seem like what it's not. You feel me?
So basically, what you're saying is he really not built like that, but he's from the hood, and he just back in the day, and he let them beat him up.
He had to, or he had to stop, or he had to get put off the gang, or a DP meaning you gotta take your fade, or you go get put off, or you can't come around no more. And if we find you, we'll beat your ass or whatever.
Okay, so I see what you're saying. So he can't fight back in that type situation.
I mean, he had to fight back. If it's like shit. It's like pretty much California kind of ran like prison, bro. If you gang banging, it's politics. It's rules and regulations. It's shit you can't do. I don't care if they find out you did some shit a long time ago. You gotta answer for that shit. You feel me?
Oh,
and that's what happened. He had to answer for some old shit. Yeah.
Oh wow.
I don't know. Yeah.
Wow. Thanks for filling me in, man. Because I was like, man, what
Yeah,
the
all
hell?
that shit, Luther shit though. Like I said, man, nigga did that shit when he was when I was a teenager, a little boy, bro. After being a certain age, I mean, it's in me and ain't on me, but I don't really like, even talking about that, bro. I'd rather talk about sports, kids, positive shit, man.
I agree with you on that, but that thing just threw me off, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? Like I see him on the internet, but it's confusing. I'm like,
yeah, man, it's clown shit.
Like his own homeboys. I'm like, what the hell is this? So I'm glad you explained it to me.
Yeah, it's a bunch of clown shit. I don't mean shit. It's the internet days, man. You see people getting killed on IG Live now, man. It's sad, bro. Like, gotta do better, though.
Yeah, definitely.
That's why I stay in the hood, so I'll be like, man, if I watch sports and try to do, keep busy, go to work, do something, man, to stay out this bullshit, man. There's a twist out here on these streets.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. So, last question. The neighborhood Rolling 60, whatever that side is that's Compton?
Nah, that's not Compton. That's South Central. That's LA. Compton is another city like next to LA, not probably like 10 minutes away, 15 minutes away.
I've been out there plenty of times. I just never knew. I know like the difference between Compton and Inglewood.
Yeah, you got Compton by Long Beach, and then Compton and Watts is right next to each other too. Then Compton is like more on the east side of LA. Like if you go like crossing Broadway, you're on the east side of LA. You hit the East Coast Crips, the Broadway gangsters, and all that shit. Then you get to Watts, and then Compton right next to that. But like the Rolling 60, that's a West Side gang. They off Crenshaw, like that's closer going towards the beach. So they more West Side. They West Side gangs, and it's just a little different. Compton on the east side.
Oh, so Compton close by.
But it's the east side and the west side of Compton, if that makes sense. But it's on the east side of LA.
All right. So Hawthorne, with that's close by, because I was in Hawthorne too.
Hawthorne right next to Inglewood, where I grew up at.
Okay, because I was like, and I went to
Inglewood and Hawthorne by LAX, kind of not far from the airport and the beach.
Yep. I was in Hawthorne, and
right
I was
there by the SoFi and the Forum and shit, right there.
Yep. Because I was in the Forum, I got pictures of me in the Forum and shit.
Yeah, I used to go to that elementary school, Kelso, across the street from the Forum. Free Laker tickets and shit. I used to see Magic and Vlade Divac, all them cats like that, man. It was legendary.
Yeah. That's legendary right there. The Forum. I used to like that joint. Yeah, I'm gonna drop the link for somebody. Well, it's right here, but I'm gonna drop it again. So, any trade you like that happened today?
Man, I like shit. I think the Brooklyn did good, bro. They picked up some good, solid players, you know.
Yeah, they did. They
Best
damn
team
sure
in the
did.
East.
They damn sure picked up some good, solid players.
They got defenders and they got a rebounder in Drummond.
See, like them and the 76ers got what they needed, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that I like that Cleveland deal the other day with Karis LeVert. Hood TMC was good. Gregory Brown, what up?
Y'all think James Harden what all of that the Nets trade for?
Huh?
You think James Harden what all of that the Nets trade for? James Harden what Andre Drummond, Seth Curry. And
I think that's a bit much, but I think it's still a situation where you can't complain though.
it is a bit much.
I think you can't complain. I think they ain't had to do both. Like if you're gonna do one Drummond or pick, I don't think both should have been in there.
It should have been Ben Simmons and Seth Curry. But you add in Drummond and then picks. That's too much.
Yeah. They lost again today, Brooklyn.
Yeah, but they might lose a game after this. That's no. They might lose a game after this.
What's Brooklyn's record?
It was not ours. I think it was not ours.
I think they're like maybe 3 games over 500 right now.
Oh, they're not bad at all.
Yeah, they're over 500 still. They's way over 500, and they're on a 10-game losing streak.
Can you imagine that Kyrie was able to play all games?
I know, right?
Bro,
That's the thing.
trying to put that pressure on the Bucks, man. They know Giannis trying to run away and get back to back. They trying to like, nah, we got something for you this time, Greek freak.
You see how much starting lineup is? They show the starting lineup during the Washington game. They have Curry at the 1, Seth Curry at the 2, Ben Simmons at the 3, KD at the 4, and Drummond at the 5.
Yeah. I really like that. It says it's going to be a LeBron legacy if they don't.
That's scary.
I still think we're making the playoffs though.
Yeah, when you get Frank Vogel fired.
Can't sleep on Phoenix or Golden State either, bro.
Yeah, Phoenix did something too. They picked up Aaron Holiday.
Yeah, the only thing that worries me is Phoenix because they got 3 bodies.
Yeah, they got 3.
Yeah, they got Lee, Bismack Biyombo, and what the other center called?
DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah, DeAndre Ayton. Yeah, DeAndre Ayton.
They got big bodies. They locked in. They got a solid, loaded roster. They balanced.
I think they could beat Golden State. Like if they match up with Golden State, yeah, I think they could beat Golden State if play. But
I think the Suns can beat anybody. I don't know right now.
No, they can't beat the Nets.
You think they can't beat the Lakers?
No, the Lakers, the Nets.
In the East? The Nets.
In the West?
Phoenix? That's their good.
Yeah.
No, Phoenix can beat anybody, I think.
Nah, neither the Bucks.
The Wizards did all right, Raymond.
Giannis will have to drop 50 a game to beat the Suns this year.
Kyrie had 31 tonight, and Cam Thomas had 27. He good.
He is. But I just surprised we make no trades.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I thought we would get John Wall. Kind of waiting. No, waiting to hear that we got John Wall.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I thought we would get John Wall. Kind of waiting. No, waiting to hear that we got John Wall.
SD was good. SD, what up? You hear me? Kuzma had a triple double. That's what needed. That went bad. And then y'all hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. I wonder when is Harden first game as a Sixer.
What you said?
I say I wonder when Harden first game as a Sixer will be.
They play each other in March. I may go to that game. Sixers, the Nets in Philly.
Nets in Philly, that would be a bad game. Like that would be an interesting game.
No, but that's the first time they're gonna be. Ben Simmons gonna play against Philly crowd.
Yeah, playing against this old team. And in Philly, why Philly might boo him, you know? Just saying Philly might boo him.
What's up, guys?
What's up, SD?
Yeah, I'm disappointed with the Lakers today.
Why? What happened?
They had to make a trade. We needed to do something.
Yeah, but you see the trades that the Lakers was
Hey Kareem.
Huh?
You see that mic in the chat? You see that mic in the chat? That's not Mike. That's not good, Mike.
I know that's not him.
Okay.
Go ahead, SD. Finish saying what you're saying.
We just needed to do a trade, and we didn't do anything. So now they're saying that we need to do buyout guys. And I'm thinking, like, nobody's in the buyout market is going to help the Lakers contend, in my opinion.
But you have to think like this. You said nobody in the buyout market going to help. Who on the trade that it wasn't too many trade options? Like, to me, our biggest trade option we had, I think, my opinion, that I seen was Turner. Outside of Turner, the Terrence Rosses and guys like that, the Eric Gordons, they wasn't worth the first round pick. And I think that you could pick up something at least they level or maybe close to it for free. Anybody want to join the chat? Felicia, how you feel about the Laker team? You mad that the Lakers ain't make no deals? Well, I'm listening.
Do you think? Yeah.
My bad. I went on mute.
Yeah.
Do you think the Mavs are better than the Lakers now because of the trade? I feel like they got worse.
You think they got worse?
Yeah. They got Spencer Dinwiddie and Davis Bertans. I feel like the Lakers are better, honestly.
Yo, everybody keeps saying, I didn't see that. But that's like the fourth person said that. They said, what about the Wall, Christian Wood for the first round pick? I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I didn't hear that either.
Zeke, what's good, Zeke?
I heard that when he talked about it, he said that the Rockets wanted the first round pick and Taylor Horton Tucker and Russell Westbrook for Christian Wood and John Wall.
I ain't hear that.
Yo, what up?
What up, Tom? What up,
well, SD Hydro, you said Rockets wanted.
Yeah, they wanted Taylor Horton Tucker, Russell Westbrook, and the first round pick.
We could have Christian Wood for THT and a first round pick.
I didn't hear that.
Man, no, I see. If I truly believe if that deal is true, we would have done it.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Hey, Kareem.
What up?
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up right now.
Yeah, that was they keep saying that was out there, but I don't think that was on the table. The last deal that came out was just the swap. It was the Westbrook John Wall swap, but they wanted the first round pick, and Lakers wasn't giving up that first round pick.
I'm not giving up no pick for John Wall. I mean,
No, not just on the swap. I would have had to get, in order for me to give up that first round pick, I would have had to get Christian Woods in that deal.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you think about John. To me, Westbrook a better player than John Wall.
He is. I mean, from what we know, from what we see, you know what I'm saying? John Wall hasn't played since 2020. Come on now. I understand he might have better decision making and all that over Russ, but I can't go with a dude that hasn't played for 2 years.
Thank you. That's it. That's why I understand Houston. You had guys who
And
set
on
out
top of that, Felicia, he was making more money than Russ.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Now, the last thing that I heard, which I personally think that the Lakers organization is throwing this on LeBron. Remember yesterday they were saying that they gonna let LeBron give his input on whether or not they want to, whether or not he wants to do that swap.
correct.
You know what I'm saying? So how you gonna put it in LeBron's hand? You ain't putting it in his hand when it was time to make that coaching change, when it was time for us to hire Ty Lue over some Vogel. But now you want to put it in LeBron James' hands now? Get out of here with that.
You're right.
I'm disappointed because the Lakers is my team, and the organization is crap. It's crap.
If it wasn't for LeBron, we would have never done the AD deal to begin with.
If it wasn't for LeBron, the Lakers would still be in the position that they were in when Kobe left. You know what I'm saying? Losing.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is
I'm
thing
saying
led
that.
to another, and here we are. That's all I'm saying.
No. I'm saying that because at the end of the day, we got a ring. LeBron and AD gave us that ring. And prior to LeBron and AD, the Lakers was losing. We were not a winning team. We were not a winning at all. So I appreciate the fact that LeBron
we was a winning team for 1 year.
That's all right. We got one. We still can say we got one. But all I'm saying is that I'm disappointed that we couldn't do even a small minor deal. I prefer
because all team wants. Everybody knows the Lakers are trying to trade, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, first round pick for this or that."
And that's what was happening. Every deal they asked for first round pick that was even warranted.
And that's exactly what they was going. That's what the league was going to do. You think about it. You got the most hated organization and the most hated player in LeBron James.
Exactly.
Now, no team is going to help us out.
Yeah, the Lakers were in a tough position.
That's fine, but like just because we're not gonna do a trade just to make a trade, like
what are you talking about, Tom? I didn't say about doing a trade just to make a trade. All I'm saying is that I'm disappointed that we didn't do any trades. I said I'm not giving up a first round pick.
Yep.
Hold on. Who this? Hold on.
Elijah, what up, Elijah?
What's up, bro?
How are you?
The teams was saying, the guy said today that the team said that first round pick was too far off for them to do their trades.
No, the Lakers didn't want to give up that first round pick. They was always stuck on not giving up a first round pick, and I don't blame them. Not for no John Wall. Get out of here.
Yeah, not for John Wall.
For somebody else, I might.
The nerve of this how you know they ain't have no respect. John Wall played 40 games in the last 3 years. And the last 3 years, Russ been making all-star, triple doubles. And for them, even if he's struggling, John Wall ain't play all year again. You mean to tell me you got the nerve to ask for a first-round pick?
Right. And I'm quite sure. I mean, because if I'm giving up a first-round pick, you better give me Christian Woods.
Exactly.
So
yeah, but nobody wants to help us out, right? So
exactly, that's what I'm trying to say.
We've been hearing stuff like Terrence Ross for a first round pick.
That's crazy.
That's
Ross
Terrence Ross can't
Brown.
even
And y'all heard
start
the
on
one.
most good teams.
Mm.
What?
Terrence Ross is not
Y'all
even
heard
good
the
enough to start on good teams. Like, start. Like,
but
name
y'all
one
heard
good
the
team he's good enough to start on.
y'all heard the trade, the last minute trade from like last night into today with the Knicks.
Next one? Yeah.
The Cam Reddish one?
Man, I really wanted that one. I really wanted that one. The THT for Cam Reddish.
Alec Burke.
They
Yeah.
want,
Yeah.
yeah, but
Weren't
the
they
draft
asking
pick,
a first round pick as well?
I think they wanted a first round pick.
Yeah, they wanted that first round pick too. But see, I mean, if you compare the two, okay, I'll take that for the first round pick, but I'm not doing no swap with John Wall and for a first round pick. No.
Yeah, I agree.
I wouldn't do that Cam Reddish deal either. The New York Knicks got him for a first round pick. Now they want us to give them more than what they paid.
Well,
I'm not doing that.
Hey, you can't. But you can't knock the other teams. You can't knock the other teams from trying to get what they want to now.
Well, I mean, they wasn't gonna use Cam Reddish anyway, and now they stuck.
Okay, what did Rob Pelinka say today about why they declined the Rockets trade?
Well, only thing I heard him say around those lines was that they didn't find a trade piece that was going to move the needle, so they stayed pat.
Okay, so they were looking for something special.
Yeah,
they was and I mean, granted, yeah, we needed something that was at least going to help us, and it doesn't even have to help us big time, but at least help us. But nothing was out there. But I thought that the trade was, but that first round pick, they was adamant about not giving it up.
Yeah.
I think the Lakers will give it up in the summer for a great deal.
Yeah, probably like for Dame, but we ain't got nobody else to give. We ain't got nobody else to give up for Dame.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't unless Dame tells Portland he wants to play for the Lakers, I don't see it happening.
Well, it was already said that that was the choice. That was one of his choices. His choices was what? Atlanta, Lakers, and the Bucks.
Well, I mean, Dame can still go to the Bucks.
No, that means the Bucks ain't about to. I doubt that.
I mean,
they're not gonna give up no piece.
Here's Drew Holiday. Here's I don't know, that's better than Russ.
I mean, the only other option is going to be available would probably be Bradley Beal, but I don't know. Do Washington?
Bradley Beal might stay now. Washington got
Kristaps, yeah.
He's not. Well, he'll be a free agent, because he hadn't signed that big deal yet.
Well, Porzingis?
No,
Bradley
Beal.
That's the thing. Washington may have.
Bradley Beal is not a free agent next season.
Yes, he is.
Is he a free agent? I'm not sure.
Yep. He did not sign
they talked about it.
Let me check.
He did not sign that contract, so they banking on trying to keep Bradley Beal, but they may have screwed up. I personally think Washington may have screwed up.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's gonna give them plenty of time to think.
Their trade for Westbrook backfired on them a little bit, made that team worse. So,
but my thing is, I don't think Porzingis moves the needle for them.
No, it doesn't.
Better than Kuzma or Trez or.
Nah, Kuzma's still on Washington. Kuzma's still with the Wizards. And
no, sorry. I mean, better than Spencer Dinwiddie or Davis Bertans.
Well, yeah, probably better than that, but it don't move the needle to keep. I don't think it moves the needle to keep Bradley Beal.
Yeah, but Bradley Beal kind of stuck. I mean, where's he gonna go? Because he still has a year on his deal. I just checked. I don't know is that a player option or not, but
I have a question.
I know one thing. James Harden better stay where he at because he can't do no more moving around.
Oh yeah,
thank you.
He's definitely staying.
I don't know,
He
man. James Harden forced 2 trades in 2 years. I mean,
and it's not, and we got to think about it. It's
They're already making fun of
consecutive
him.
years, 2
I mean,
straight
what
years.
if James Harden's like, oh, I want to go to the Bucks now.
No, he ain't gonna do that.
James Harden like, oh, I want to go to Phoenix Suns now. I don't know.
They gonna say no.
I mean, think about it. James Harden was on Rockets. That was a playoff team, and he out of nowhere won town. Okay, all right. You go to Brooklyn, they have big three. They gave up their whole farm for you, and you didn't even
That's
play a whole
crazy.
full
He
season.
left.
And he's out.
Yo, he
left.
didn't even try playing with them.
Like, come
At
on,
least give
man.
it a
Like,
shot.
how do you like Brooklyn? Legitimate gave up their whole farm. Like, they gave up Jared Allen, Karis LeVert, and like what 5 first-round picks or something for him, and now he's gone.
Dang.
So Brooklyn basically traded like 3 first-round picks for Ben Simmons. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Didn't they trade
had Brooklyn
like the
know
whole
about
future
this, they
team?
would have never
That's
done it.
crazy.
They gave up a lot, man.
Like,
And I
if
tell you
tell
another thing. If it don't work out for the Clippers, they gonna be in a mess too, because they done gave up a lot for them dudes.
No, they
Norman
didn't.
Yeah, but
Powell.
at least Kawhi and Paul George signed extensions, so they're staying
Man,
put.
the Clippers, they got away with highway robbery.
Their problem is that Kawhi and Paul George are hurt. Not like
But
I don't see neither of them pull a James Harden anytime soon.
Well, again, y'all have to understand that what the Clippers are doing is not for this year. It's for next year.
For next year.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. For
And-
next year.
Well,
right.
because
That's for next year. But they're
Kawhi
playing
and
for
Paul
2 years.
George both extended, so they're fine.
I believe the Clippers still gonna be in that. I put the Clippers in that play-in before us, yo. We
No,
terrible.
I
man.
put the Sacramento Kings before us at this point. We can't lose to
Yeah,
anything.
we are terrible, yo.
No,
This
I
team-
honestly think we're better than the Kings. Come on.
Lakers is the only team in the league that has more than one All-Star and can lose to the entire league. We just lost to Portland Trailblazers with a bunch of bums.
I have a question. Can we buy out like DeAndre Jordan and Kent Bazemore without any
Yeah.
repercussions?
They had them on the from what I looked at today with all the guys that's gonna be on the buyout, they had DJ and Bazemore as buyouts.
Uh-huh. Hey, one thing we can look forward to is hopefully Tristan Thompson get bought out. We can pick him up. He's going to
But
help
is
us.
he that different from DeAndre Jordan at this point? Is he-
Hell yeah.
I feel like he's better
better.
than him a little bit,
He's
just by a
way
little
better
bit.
He's way better than DJ.
Tristan Thompson.
Yes. Better than
Yes,
DJ.
he is, bro.
He's
Man,
younger.
Yes.
He's younger and he can rebound better.
Understand, Tristan Thompson got a ring with LeBron.
LeBron.
He knows how to play with LeBron.
But he got more left though.
Hell yeah, he got more upside. He can stretch the floor.
Yeah,
he
but-
can occasionally hit the 3 here or there.
Yeah, but
Not
he's
all that
also
bad.
he also came. Didn't he just came out of a major injury recently?
No, it wasn't a major injury. It wasn't
I
a
remember
major injury.
Tristan wasn't playing a lot before this year. Like,
No, it wasn't major.
No, he didn't have a major.
He just wasn't playing. He just wasn't playing on the Kings. That's all.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
true. He
well, I
wasn't
get.
playing.
Let's hope somebody good gets bought out and decide to come to the Lakers. I guess.
Hey, what y'all think about DeAndre Bembry?
No.
He getting brought out?
He
Yeah, he got
Yeah, he getting bought out.
He got
He
cut.
I
He got
mean,
cut. He
Bembry
got
is
cut.
better than Austin Reeves, so it's an upgrade.
No, I say he better. I think he might be better than freaking Bazemore.
Hey, Kareem.
Hold on, he said Willie Cauley-Stein is available.
Oh yeah, he been available.
He got brought out?
He-
No,
he
not
got
yet,
cut.
not yet. He's still on the team.
They
Yeah.
cut him.
Um,
They waived him.
think he's on the
Schroeder,
team.
Bledsoe, Lopez, Harris, and Dragic.
Wait,
None
didn't
of them
Schroeder got
are good.
traded to the Rockets today?
Yeah, he going
Yeah,
to the
but
Rockets.
Yeah, but they got them as buyout candidates. Robin
Well,
Lopez,
man,
Dennis Schroeder,
Dennis
Eric
Schroeder.
Bledsoe, Gary
Oh,
Harris,
really?
and Gordon Dragic.
Well, yeah, Goran. I think Goran might go. He may
Nah,
go back
but
to Miami
Kendrick
or
Nunn came.
Dallas.
Vogel said Kendrick Nunn will come back this season. So I mean, do we really need a point guard?
Philly needs a backup point guard. I was looking at
Elder,
the
what up,
roster.
Elder?
Well, Philly has Tyrese Maxey, right?
Yeah, who else?
James Harden.
They got-
That's two guys.
They got
Who else?
yeah, they got John.
That's
I don't know
two
if John
guys.
Wall gonna want to get bought out yet.
No,
but they got-
John Wall makes too much money to be bought out. I doubt it.
Yeah, well they then they got Paul Millsap,
I dropped the link.
DJ Austin, what that dude, Satori Roski or something like that,
Who?
Oh,
and
Satoransky?
Hernan Gomez.
Oh,
Yeah.
Satoransky, the white dude.
All his life was good.
That's another point guard. All these guys are point guard.
I think
Yeah. They got some forwards, but it's a lot of point guards.
Yeah, all these guys are point guards.
I think that
Hey, salute, man.
that Montrez to
Hey, Elder, what's
Charlotte is
going on?
underrated.
Chilling.
Okay,
But
yeah,
doesn't
they got
Hornets
Tristan
got
Thompson as a.
They have Plumlee. They have Miles Bridges, PJ Washington.
Yeah.
like-
They got Tristan Thompson as a buyout.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're gonna pick him up. Hey,
Ben
Elder,
McLemore, Rodney Hood.
how was Ben McLemore? He was just playing last night for Portland.
Malik
No,
Monk
no,
is
but
better.
he on a 1 year deal. So if he wants out, they can buy him out. I guess.
Yeah, yeah. Rodney Hood. What's that dude? Ojeli, Simi.
Sammy
Simi?
Ojale, you mean?
Yeah,
Ojale.
yeah. And I don't know if anybody gonna pick up Blake Griffin. He on the buyout too.
They're gonna buy Blake Griffin.
Nah, they ain't probably
I don't
Because
think.
of
I don't
Drummond.
think so.
Because they got Drummond. They
Man,
made
that's
it.
sad,
Yeah.
man. Blake Griffin getting bought out again. That's
Two
Hey,
times
Elder.
in a year.
I
Yes,
ain't hear
ma'am.
that
Yes,
one.
ma'am.
that is sad.
I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
What you think about? Because I feel like Tristan Thompson gonna get bought out. I think we should probably pick him up. What you think about that?
I would love it, but I don't know if it's going to happen because the Lakers didn't do no moves today, so they don't have no roster spots.
Right,
Yeah.
we're gonna have to.
Well, they
Right.
gonna I think they're gonna buy out DJ
Bazemore.
and Bazemore.
Yeah,
Now, doing that, if you do that, that means that you're responsible for their salaries
yeah.
and the luxury tax on them. So it don't make no sense to me for them to, you know what I mean?
No, but if
Maybe
we
one
bought,
of them.
we already
You-
paying. We are already paying their luxury tax, so we will just
No,
be
no,
paying
you
whoever we
don't pay
brought
the
in.
you don't pay the luxury tax to the end of the year. You don't pay it to the end of the year, and it's a total.
So
of the sal-
technically, we hasn't paid our tax yet.
What I'm saying, no, you don't pay it until the end of the year, so it will be a total of those salaries. So that buyout, that will go towards the total of the salary you use that year.
Yeah, that's
And
what
then-
I'm saying. We just pay on top of what we have to pay anyway.
Yes, but you're paying for two people now. You would pay for
Yeah.
the person. You would
What's
pay
the
for the
point of
person
getting
you
kicked
bought
out?
out. You would
Right.
pay for the
How
person-
much money is if we sign somebody from buyout?
When you got Dwight Howard.
I mean, it's $1 million bucks, but your luxury tax, because the Lakers is a repeat offender.
So
Hold on, that person will make like $1 million, but you will probably pay another $3 million in luxury tax because the Lakers are repeat offenders. So it's actually going to cost you close to probably 2.5 or 3,
Right.
close to $4 million total to bring that player in.
But what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Ain't it?
but
I'm
if
quiet.
what you're saying is true, then this is the team we're going to play for the rest of the season.
I
I
think
mean,
so.
The
I think
Lakers.
so. That's why I was
Whoa.
so up. That's why I was so upset earlier, because even without the, I wanted Russ gone, of course, but without that move or the THT moves, I thought I would see the Lakers do the moves where they got rid of the DJs, the Bazemores, the Elliott. I really, because when you watched the game last night, look how extended those guys' minutes were.
DJ
they
didn't
were
play
showcased-
though, Elder.
Not DJ. I'm talking about like Ellington and AB and other guys.
Yeah.
These other guys were getting some extended minutes, like THC, like so they could be showcased, so that we could do a trade. Now I understand, don't make a trade if it's not good. A no trade is better than a bad trade. But why not make some of these ancillary moves? Like, to me, a minimum what the Lakers should have done today is move Bay's contract and move DJ's contract.
Exactly.
Since they're
That's
getting
how
all
I
these
felt it,
DNP,
too.
and that would have gave us 2 roster spots to be available.
But the
Because
thing
it's
is,
cheaper. It's
But
cheaper for you.
nobody
It's
was
cheaper.
gonna take them. No.
Yeah, this is the thing, bro. This is what you do. This is how you get people to do it. You get a team that they don't even have to have a roster spot. You do a trade to them for cash considerations. You find a team that had, and almost every team has this, where they drafted somebody 3, 4, 5 years ago overseas that's never coming, and
Right,
then
right.
give me the draft rights to him. There's no money attached to that. Give me the draft rights to that guy, and you know he's never coming. So I'll take his draft
Yeah,
rights and we'll send you this dude and $1 million.
like we
So
did with Marcus Paul.
no, we did the same that, and when we did with Denzel Valentine. Remember when we came from
Oh yeah, yeah.
Cleveland from Rondo?
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
cheaper. That is much cheaper than you
I did.
waiving them and then paying the luxury tax. Because see, when you move them, they come off your books. So it's
Right.
better to move them, send $1 million with them, and let that team not have to eat the financial side of it. If they're under the luxury tax, they don't get taxed anyway, so it doesn't matter. That there's 6 teams in the luxury tax. So you got 22, 23, 24 other teams you could have done this deal with, or well, I say 23 because San Antonio ain't doing shit with us. But 23 other
Heck no.
teams you could have called. You only need a couple teams to just move these 2 guys. OKC would have done it. You could have actually done it and said, I'll give you, take both guys and I'll give you a 2nd round pick. And OKC would be like, okay, send cash considerations, pay for them, send me a 2nd round pick, I'll do it. And the Lakers didn't even do that. So
They
that
ain't
just
do
pissed me
nothing.
off. That pissed me off. That's what got me really upset. And I was like, this don't make no damn sense. None of
Why
this
did
makes
they
any
not?
sense.
And then I
Because
found out that fool was at Disney World.
No, they was trolling Elijah. Come on
Well,
now.
who was that? Who's at Disney World?
He
nobody.
talking about
Rob.
Palinka. No, he talking about
Yeah,
Palinka.
Rob Palinka
He
was at
had to be
Disney
at Disney
World.
World if he wasn't making no
No,
move.
Hold
that
on.
was
Rob Palinka was at Disney World.
Disneyland.
no. It was a troll. That was
Yeah,
what
it's a
people were
troll.
I'm like,
saying.
what
And
the
it's
hell?
Disneyland that's
Oh,
in
It was
okay,
like
all
a
right.
picture from
not
the
Disney
past.
World. Disney World is in Florida, so
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah,
I
but
figured
there's
that was. I figured that way he
Universal.
was if he wasn't making
no,
no moves.
he might as well been. But
Yeah, Palinka. You know what, man?
that's what made me
fuck
mad
Rob
earlier.
Palinka.
That's what made me mad earlier. Then guys not knowing, how stuff work and they act like they do and talking like
Yeah,
the Lakers
yeah.
couldn't have moved.
They don't
Russell's
know the money
contract.
side of
Because
things.
the Lakers
Elder.
could have moved. They could have gave up that 1st round pick and moved Russ's contract to OKC so that they don't have to pay the luxury this year. You're not winning. You're not winning the
right.
championship this year.
Yeah, but
So
that's a
why
bad
pay
look
the
on the organization, though.
what?
That's
I don't
Exactly.
care.
That's why they
I don't.
didn't do it.
Hold on. We didn't look bad losing to Portland last night.
No,
Yes,
no,
we
Understand how
did.
much
but that's why.
worse?
hold
How
on,
much
hold on,
worse
but
we gonna
hold
lose? How
on,
much worse we gonna look?
we was
But
the Lakers was expected to make a move today. Like the whole reason why we let that shit slide was because the trade deadline.
We was expecting to make a move. That's why we didn't say nothing.
Had we know that this fucking
We
team is
didn't
gonna
make
make no
moves.
move
We
today,
didn't
nobody
make
will let
moves.
that shit slide.
So we
Okay,
ain't letting it slide, then. Since we didn't make no moves, we ain't letting it slide. So
No.
like had I know this fucking team is gonna make no moves today, I would have been done. All right.
And Elder, you may be real right, Elder. With we may be keeping DJ and Bazemore.
I mean,
that's trash.
I don't know
What
why
the hell?
it makes no sense.
Like,
Now
why
you would
do
have
you
to.
keep them and don't play them? That makes no sense.
To me, there's only 2 guys that it would even, to me, from what I'm hearing, that would even be, to me, potential difference makers for the Lakers. And that would be Gary Harris and that would be Tristan Thompson. Those 2 guys, to me, could potentially be difference makers. But am I going to pay? You bring in 2 of them in. So that's literally like an $8 million investment.
Yeah, that's $8 million.
That's a 6. I don't know the full luxury, but I know it's more because we're repeat offenders. So it's not dollar for dollar. We're paying more than dollar for dollar right now. So
we repeat offenders.
It's anywhere from 6 to 8 million actual bucks that it will cost to move these guys in from what you're already slotted to pay. And I don't know why you would do that, because even with them coming, I don't think those 2 guys make us competitive to the point where we're going to win a chip. We may, with them guys, make the play-in. And I'm not saying the playoffs, the play-in. That's what I believe. So I wouldn't spend $8 million. I wouldn't do that for potential to make the play-in. I would just make these guys, hey, you make me make the play-in. I got enough money invested in you. Figure it out. Yeah, I'm already $43 million in the salary. That's why I said I would have moved Russ, bump the PR hit, bump all of that. I would have been like, look, I'm not paying the luxury tax for a team that is not competing for a championship. And I'd have
But
shipped
that's a
Russ and got out of the luxury tax. If you ship Russ, now you don't have the luxury tax.
I understand what you're saying, Elder, but that wouldn't be a good look for the Lakers. Ain't nobody gonna come to the Lakers if they do that. If they do that
Oh,
right
Yeah,
that
there.
wouldn't.
it's a
That would.
bad
Hold on.
look
Hold
for
on. Hold on.
LeBron too.
That would not stop players from coming to the Lakers. That wouldn't stop
Okay,
players. That would. Because here's the key: what players care about is getting their money too, not
I get
embarrassing
that.
them. Hold on. They care about not being embarrassed, not being disrespected, and them getting their money. And by
Guess
you
what?
Right.
moving Russ to OKC, you already know they're not playing him. They're going to instantly buy him out so he gets to go where he wants, so he gets all his money and his freedom. Players will look at
But
that and be like, see, I want that level of respect. If you can't play me, at least do me like that, where I get all my money and I get to go where I want to go. So
but at
that
the
wouldn't have
same
hurt them
time,
at all.
but Elder, you keep saying, and I get that it's personal for you, I guess. But
No, it's
I
not
know you
personal.
wanted
It's not
Westbrook
personal.
off the team, but
It's
at
not
the end of the
personal.
day, Westbrook has to be able to accept the buyout, and he's not going to do that.
Hold on,
That's the
Felicia.
other
Did
thing.
you, Felicia? When the article came out by
I
Houston,
know that, Elder. I know that.
so why are
I
you saying,
know
hold
that.
on, why are you saying that he wouldn't take the buyout then?
Why? But why would he take the buyout to
Felicia,
go
you
in?
don't know. Apparently, you don't know, sis. The day that the article came out, that Houston, remember, Houston put the article out saying we'll take Russ' contract for that first round pick. You remember that day?
Yes, I do remember
The
that.
next day, an article came out saying that if Russell Westbrook got sent to Houston, he would instantly be in a buyout with the Houston Rockets. That
Well,
I
came
get.
out from
how does
that
But
Houston
came
that's
out
buy
what
him
from
out?
Russ's that
How do
came
you
out
buy
from
somebody
Russ's
with
people.
$80 million on a book?
I don't.
First
But
off,
see,
he's
that's
not.
the
Hold on,
thing.
my brother. He's not 80 on the books, because you got to understand he has a $44 million contract, right? But he's played over half the season, so he's already made
Right.
23 million of it. So he's only
That's
Right.
got
still
19.
60 million left. That's
I
Listen,
don't. I
brother.
don't
Listen,
believe
bro. Hold
everything
on,
that I
bro.
see and
Listen,
read.
bro. Listen, bro. He would have about $67 million, 66, 67 million left. Do you remember what Blake Griffin's contract was when he got bought out from Detroit?
Yeah, baby.
It was
Yeah, baby.
75 million. He had
So
75
was.
million left at that time when he got bought out.
but
That's
wasn't
not
Blake
unheard
Griffin?
of.
Didn't Blake Griffin gave up money though?
That's what you do in a
That's
buyout.
part of
You
the
give up
buyout.
money.
You giving up money.
Yeah, but
But Russ, and
why
hold
would
on,
Russ
bro.
give
Hold
up
on.
his money? That's
Listen, bro.
not everybody does that.
You're not listening to me, bro. Guys that have made a ton of money, they've been on max deals their whole career. Russ has made probably over $300 million, bro. And I don't count none of his endorsement, none of his off the court stuff. That's just salary. You
But what?
think hold on? You think he's finna cry over $10 million to have his freedom to go wherever he wants and to sign with a team and make some of that money back, if not all that money back? You see what I'm saying? These guys, it's y'all got to understand how this thing works. Blake took that because he would have rather given up 13 million than be stuck in Detroit. Russell Westbrook would have gave up at least 10. I know that he gave up at least 10 million, so he ain't stuck sitting at home in LA, but still a part of the OKC Thunder, even though he ain't there. That's why he put the article out the next day, as soon as Houston
That
said,
was a
because
bluff.
that wasn't no bluff, because Houston came back today. Houston came back today, right at the end of the trade deadline, and said, Lakers, that offer's still on the table. We'll fax it over right now. We want that first round pick.
So,
We'll do
but
the
you're
deal right
saying
now.
Houston's
And the
willing to
Lakers
pay
said no.
$60 million for a first round pick?
No, bro, you're not listening, brother. You're not listening.
You don't understand the
Well,
numbers.
hold on. Tell me how I'm wrong. If Houston
This is hold on,
trades
bro.
John
Bro, listen.
Wall,
Hold on, bro. I'm gonna tell you. Listen close. You're already on the books for John Wall, correct?
but John
That
Wall's
is
holding out.
you're not listening.
Don't
You're
you
not
not have to
listening.
pay him if you do
You're
that?
not
Tom,
listening,
just
bro.
hear him out,
Let
Tom.
him
You're
talk.
not listening. I'm trying to get you to listen. You already owe John Wall the same exact money. And Houston has been trying all year to get him to take a buyout. He said, no, I'm not taking a buyout. So why not bring in a guy that makes the same exact money? They have the same identical contract that is willing to take a buyout. That way he just saves you whatever the buyout amount is, he just saved you that amount. Because if you keep John Wall, he's not taking a buyout and you got to pay his full contract.
So I think that was stupid.
But
'cause
John
he was
Wall
asking for a
won't take the
first-round
buyout,
pick.
but Russ will. That's your
Yes, it's out. No, not my opinion. That's out, and you could go Google all of that, bro. It's been out there. They've been trying to get John Wall to take a buyout all year. He has
And
not
he won't do it.
He hasn't cooperated with Houston at all. Take the buyout. No. John, give us a buyout. No. They've asked him several times. Then they said, well, come in and play a backup role, so we can get some out of our investment. You come in, come off the bench and train and teach these young guys. Nope. If I ain't starting, I ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, he didn't want to do that. He didn't want to come off the bench.
That's why he's been at home the whole time. But they're paying him to stay home and stay away from the young guys so he don't become a cancer to them. But if you got two guys making the exact same money and one is telling you in print, I will take a buyout, why would you not take that guy over the guy that's saying, I'm not taking a buyout? You're not playing either one of the guys. You don't care about their play. All you care about is how much is they going to cost me. So do you want the guy that you owe $67 million to, or the guy that potentially will let you buy him out for 57 or 55 or 50? You don't know what the buyout's going to be. You don't know how motivated the guy
your
is.
whole argument is that you know what the buyout's going to be. What are you talking about?
There's a parameter pretty much for the buyouts, my brother. So
No,
that's
but
why
you said you know for sure this is going to happen.
I did not. No, bro. You're not listening.
You're not listening.
Man, I wish you would listen, bro. I said.
But you said Russ will take the buyout, but John Wall won't.
Brother, it's in.
But that's a given though, Tom.
No,
You're not listening.
Did Russ say this himself?
Yes,
No.
bro,
John Wall. I don't believe that. I personally don't believe that Westbrook was going to take that buyout. I personally believe
so
that.
You think that was a made-up article?
No. What I'm trying to, if you give me a chance, Elder, because I'll let you speak. All I'm just saying is that yes, John Wall. It was already communicated. John Wall is not taking the buyout. Period. Point blank. Which is why he's at home. Now the thing with Russell Westbrook, he's in LA because that's where he want to be. For him to be traded to the Rockets and take a buyout, I don't believe that. Now, what I do believe, what Russell Westbrook's camp came out and said was that, yeah, we'll take the buyout just in case if the Lakers was going to do that. But they knew in the back of their mind, they knew the Lakers was not giving up that first round pick, period. That's what I'm trying to say. This is, to me, it was a PR move from Russell Westbrook's camp to say, okay, let's just say if they do trade us, back to Houston, yeah, we'll take the buyout. But then at the end of the day, remember, Russell Westbrook wants to be in LA. I don't necessarily think that was. I think that was all a front from Russell Westbrook's camp. That's what they was going to do so that they can make themselves look like, okay, this is cool. I'm good with it.
That doesn't make much sense to me, Miss Felicia, because
I don't know why.
You can't. No, here's the thing. First off, you can't guarantee that the Lakers won't give up the first round pick. Secondly, hold on. Secondly, you can't guarantee that Houston won't come down on their offer. That was their first offer. If you're gonna make an offer, you start at the highest point. You don't start at the bottom and try to move up. You start at the highest and move down. So if Houston,
I get that part. I get that part.
And here's the thing. Remember, it was on the desk. This was a official offer, y'all. It wasn't just print between newspapers. It wasn't just print. They actually sent an offer to the Lakers that the Lakers had to decline or accept.
I get it. I get what you're saying.
So you're saying that you believe that Russ was going to bluff, like if the Lakers would have put some out.
You know why?
That don't make sense. That don't make sense.
No, Elder. You know why? And the reason why I say that is because they knew. The whole reason the trade did not go down is because the Lakers was not giving up the first round pick.
Felicia, here's the thing. Did you read the print yesterday? What did the Lakers say yesterday? This came straight from the Lakers front office. This wasn't no reporter speculating. This came directly from the Lakers front office. What did they say yesterday?
The Lakers said yesterday that they were not willing to give up the first round pick, period, point blank. That's what they said. Then the last thing that came out was that they're going to sit down today, which was the trade deadline, with LeBron and see what moves that they can make. They tried to pivot on LeBron that it's going to be up to LeBron to say, let's go ahead and make that deal.
Do you know why they did that?
Because I know exactly why they did that, because they wasn't giving up that first round pick. They trying to make it seem like
No. Who brought Russ to the Lakers?
the LeBron. I understand that.
This is all about PR hits. The Lakers had said earlier in the month, we don't like the optics of us paying someone to get rid of Russ. We don't like those optics. It's clear we want to get rid of him. We've already came out publicly and said we're having internal discussions about moving Russ. So that there's no questions. Hold on. So they don't like the optics of them paying someone to get rid of it. Then when we get close to the deadline, which was 2 days ago, they came out publicly yesterday and said it is up to LeBron if Russ stays here or not. We will do the Wall deal if LeBron says it. That's what the article said. And I believe it because LeBron was the one that pulled the trigger on Russ coming. They listened to LeBron. So if LeBron says, get rid of Russ, do it, he takes the PR hit. But guess what the Lakers would have done? They'd have gave Houston that first round pick and moved Russ and brought in John Wall. Because everybody knows who is John Wall, who is his agent.
So I guess the bigger question now is where do we go from here?
Who is his agent?
That's exactly what I was about to say. I'm done. I'm done with the Westbrook
Nowhere.
stuff.
We ain't going nowhere.
To out of the play-in is what we go from here.
Woj said we're going to be in the buyout market.
So who?
I don't think the buyout market is legit for us. I really don't.
So, but
okay, so out of the deals that happened today, I see a lot of people talk about the Harden and Ben Simmons. Some people feel they gave up too much. How y'all feel about that?
Well, I think Philly made the right decision to give it up, because if they didn't do it now, they were going to lose out in the end. Because at the end of the day, James Harden was leaving Philly. I mean, I'm leaving the Nets to go to Philly in the offseason.
How can we be in the buyout market and we're 9th in the West?
Huh?
We moved on from that, bro. He asked a different question now.
He back on us, the Lakers.
To go back to the Lakers, yeah.
Yeah,
Kareem is moving on from the Lakers right now. He asked a question about the Western name.
Mixed reviews on that.
The reason why it went down right now and it got pushed right now, because they knew without moving Tobias Harris' contract, they didn't have they wasn't even gonna come close to having cap space to sign Harden in the summer. There was nothing they were gonna be able to do to sign Harden. They would have been at the mercy of Brooklyn to do a sign and trade, which means Brooklyn would have been like, I want this guy, and this guy. They would have had all the leverage. So they were forced to do it now. Harden makes a lot more money than old boy, so you had to match the salaries. That's why people felt like Philly got taken advantage of, because they gave up the shooter, the big man. They gave them everything that they needed, but they had to match the salaries. They had to make the money work. And Harden makes a lot more money than Ben Simmons. You see what I'm saying? So you had to make it work. And Philly got what they wanted, because Daryl Morey is enamored with Harden. He just thinks he's the best player in the league. So he got what he wanted there. He did. And he got to keep the two guys that were untouchable. He said that Tyrese Maxey and Thibault are untouchable. He didn't have to give them up. So I think the deal worked for all parties, because Philly gave up who they got to keep the guys they wanted to keep. They got the guy they wanted. Old boy and them won too, Brooklyn, because they got the guy back they liked, who was a playmaker, defender, rebounder, passer. And then they got a big man, which everybody know Brooklyn struggles in the middle. They don't have no big men. And they got rebounders in Ben Simmons and in Drummond, and they got extra shooting.
They got Curry.
And
they got
exactly. They got it. That's why I think I'd have held on to Drummond, because
you couldn't have.
Nope. They had to make the money work. He was only a minimum
deal. You could just get anybody with a minimum deal.
You got to make the money work, though.
He's a minimum contract. They got other minimum contracts.
Wait, didn't Philly got Millsap back?
He's
Yeah, they got
still,
Millsap back.
he's
Yeah, but
still,
So if Philly never got
Millsap.
Millsap back, they didn't have to give up Drummond. The Nets
he's
won it.
still 2.6
No,
because
but
he's a
the
vet minimum.
Millsap makes the same money, and
They
he
make
went
the
back
same
to
money.
Philly. So if
Okay.
Millsap wasn't in that deal, they didn't have to put in Drummond.
Exactly.
Look,
My
Right on
thing
that.
is this. Hold
No,
on,
I'm
hold
right.
on. My thing is this. Who you're doing a blockbuster trade, and you're telling me you're gonna stop a blockbuster trade
right, for a
for
minimum
a
contract.
vet
That's
minimum,
stupid.
The
a
hell
veteran
no.
minimum
No, but all I'm
contract?
saying,
Come
Come on, bro.
is the
You're
Brooklyn
not
Nets
doing
still
that
wanted Drummond. That's all I'm saying.
No,
because
it's no, they
Brooklyn
didn't want
needed Drummond.
Drummond.
No,
They
Brooklyn
didn't
needed.
want Drummond.
No,
Yeah,
but
they did.
if they
Yeah, they
don't
did.
want Drummond, they don't have to take him.
The
That's
Brooklyn,
why they.
No,
yeah,
no, no,
they
no, no,
did.
no.
They did want Drummond.
No,
Felicia,
no, no,
they got the Sixers got Paul Millsap back. Drummond and Millsap makes the same amount of money this year. If
Wait,
Brooklyn
can I?
doesn't want Drummond, all they have to do is hold on to Millsap.
No,
And
let
then
me
that
explain.
way they don't have to waive Millsap and pay his salary.
That's
They
true.
just put him in a
Okay, so
trade
But
this is
and
that's
what.
pay.
exactly what I mean. They still
Yeah,
wanted
you got
Drummond.
it. You're
They-
right. They did
But
want
what
Drummond
I'm
though. Yeah.
saying, but what I'm saying is that truthfully, the Nets wanted Maxey. That's who
Okay.
they wanted.
They wanted
And
Max.
Philly,
Hold on. They wanted Maxey and Thibault, but both of
yes,
them
they
were off.
wanted
They were
Maxey,
untradeable.
Thibault, and
They
Ben
were
Simmons.
untradeable. Yeah, they were
Right,
untradeable.
those dudes is
Yeah.
untradeable. So the next best pieces for the Nets was definitely Drummond because Drummond
Mm.
on the boards is major.
But they don't have no size. They don't
And
have
Steph
anybody
Curry.
size.
They got
They
Steph
needed
Curry
size.
too.
And you got Steph Curry with the scoring,
I
and you
actually
got Ben
think in the
Simmons that
end,
he can
no
guard
matter,
all
I
five
actually
positions.
think in the end, no matter what players they did, they would have put what's his name in that deal. I guarantee it, because they don't have no size, and it don't make no sense for you not to take him from them when they got Joel
E-
Embiid.
Yeah,
So
Exactly.
they would have got him anyways.
And,
I think
and
he
they
wasn't
they
a
needed him.
main piece,
No,
but they
not
were
a main
they
piece.
were gonna try to put him in there regardless. I guarantee, because that fills out their roster. That just fills out their roster the way they need it. All their needs have been met. They got shooting, playmaking, ball handling. They got a point guard. They got rebounding. They got size. They got shooting. I like it for them.
I
I
like
don't
it for
think
the
it's going to
Nets
help
too.
them this year. I don't think it's going to help them this
Next
year,
year
though.
will,
Yeah.
but they look good. They
And
if
see,
they can get
next
it,
year
if
they
they,
got to resign. They got to resign Drummond because Drummond is expiring. He's on
Yeah,
the
he's
got
only on the minimum.
yeah,
So
and he's
if it
from New
works,
York too.
it's a 28 game trial for him. So if he goes
Yeah,
there and fits in well with them, they'll look to resign him. If not, they'll let him walk.
this is the difference between the Lakers when we had picked up Drummond last year on the buyout market. We didn't even really. I mean, I understand like when we had got him, he had got that toe issue, and that
Hmm
kind of messed
Hurt
things
him.
up. But
Yep.
I
Yeah, they
personally
heard
believe I would have kept if I'm the Lakers.
Drummond. I would
I
have
would have
kept
I'm
kept
Drummond.
Drummond over some DJ. Ain't no way in the world I would have picked up DJ,
Well,
and
here's the
I still
problem.
had a chance to get
Here's the
Drummond.
thing. To do Drummond, you got to sign him to a new contract. He wasn't
Oh
going to accept.
yeah,
He was not going to because he was already on a minimum, so he has to get a raise. If you
yeah.
re-sign a player, you have to give him a raise.
So what do we do
Oh,
So
with
he
that
wasn't
okay,
then?
gonna.
so that's if they was
He
on the
wasn't
same
gonna.
team.
Yes, if you're gonna
Okay,
re-sign your
gotcha.
player, you got to give
Right.
him some kind. You got to get. I think it's a 15% or something like that. Got to be. That's a minimum you can give him, or max or something like
Oh,
that.
got it.
So and Drummond would have wanted to negotiate because he'd have been saying, "Look, I come. You like me. Give me a real contract, not no minimum crap." And
Gotcha,
if
gotcha. I
they'd
get
have been
that.
like, and if they would have been like, "No, we think you're still a minimum player, but we want to resign you," he would have been like, "No, I'm gonna test the market." And that's what ended up happening. They told Drummond, "Hey, we're not going to use you." So he tested the market and ended up going to Philly for a minimum deal. That's what ended up happening. So
So the only one that came out the deal happy is Rondo.
Rondo,
I'm not sure what you're talking about, bro. I don't know where
which
Rondo came in
Rondo
at.
is with the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Exactly my point.
Oh,
Oh,
you mean
you
from
still
this
there?
year? You
Oh,
mean?
I
Oh,
got
I'm
you.
sorry. I get what you're saying from this year
I hear you
because he
now.
left and he's on a
Yeah,
playoff team. I get you. I get you, brother. I
yeah,
get you.
You see
Yeah,
what I'm saying,
yeah.
I
Elder?
get it. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah, he is
I
happy
got it.
because he's in a good. And see, those are the kind of moves that gives front office. And then see, here's another thing. We did that deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
That
Right.
benefited Cleveland. Rondo asked for it. Cleveland needed it. It benefited Cleveland. You can't tell me that Rob Pelinka can't get right back on the phone with Cleveland, who is not in the luxury, and say, "Take this dude. I'll send you $1 million to pay his salary, and then just release him." Just take him
Right.
in. I'll send you cash
Right.
consideration enough to
Because
pay his
they
salary
did a
and
good
release him.
deal
To
for
say,
him. I see what you're saying.
you can't tell me that they couldn't have done that with that team when you just took care of that team, and this team is a top 4 team in the East because of one of the moves you sent over there when they didn't have no guards.
But
They
it
would have
could.
done that deal for you. They would have.
But hey, Elder, would you not consider that the Cavaliers was like, we got what we wanted, we helped you out, you helped us out, I'm done with you.
That's Felicia. I promise you, my sister, nobody has that attitude in the league. Nobody does. It's about relationships. Any business that you have, it is about the relationships that you have.
No, I
So,
understand that.
I'm not
I
saying
understand
saying that
You've
you're
been
gonna.
saying this the entire night, but how did Lakers still stuck on DeAndre Jordan and Ken Bazemore?
Again, bro, this is what I said. It don't make sense why they didn't make these moves. That's what I've been saying. Why I was upset. Remember, he was telling you he heard that I was upset earlier. I wasn't mad. I mean, again, I wanted Westbrook gone, but I really wasn't mad that Westbrook didn't leave. What I was mad about was that we ain't trying. And remember, well, y'all don't remember. I said this, I think, over my boy's ticket channel. But I said this about a month ago, and it clicked in me. The Lakers, from front office, from ownership on down, I made the statement: nobody cares about winning. The owner doesn't.
I heard that. I heard that from you.
The front office don't. The coaches don't. The players don't. Nobody cares about winning on this team, and I'm seeing it by everybody's actions. And today showed me nobody's trying to win.
I've been saying
trying to
that.
win.
It's no sense of urgency. Nothing whatsoever.
Nobody's doing the things, the little things that you need to do to win. What I think
I've been calling for the coaches to get fired from the first game.
But okay, my brother, here's the thing. No problem. You feel like Vogel's part of the problem, right? You feel like that. Who are you going to hire right now that's going to come in and turn this around?
Vogel has to go first.
You're not listening. You're not, bro. I really need you to let's have a mature conversation about this. I'm cool. I'm cool with your emotions. I'm cool with your feelings. But who are you going to give me? If you're gonna make a move, at least give me what you're doing. You saying firing, but somebody got to coach.
Hold on. You just said the coaching staff doesn't care about winning. The players don't care about winning.
Nobody, bro. I just said nobody. From Jeannie Buss all the way down.
Isn't that just the reason for you to get rid of someone to begin with?
But he's saying, but Tom, he said the whole organization. If they really want to
fire the front office, you're gonna fire the coaches and the players because none of them care.
Sure, I will fire Pelinka. Yes, why not?
No, bro, you're not. See, bro,
I would have been fired his butt.
See, you're in the right.
Okay, Felicia. Since he's not gonna answer, I'll go to you then. Since you said it, who are we replacing? No, serious. Y'all say fire Pelinka.
I'm gonna tell you, Elder. Hey, Elder, I've been on Palinka ever since. I mean, not Palinka, not fire Palinka, but I'm talking about Vogel. I'm not the Vogel. Yeah, no. I'm not the Vogel.
Vogel, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about Vogel. I can't stand him.
No problem. Who do we replace Vogel with?
I would, like I said this on Bane's channel. I said for the remainder of the season, because these players do not respect Vogel any longer. They don't respect them. So for the remainder of the season, I would go with interim coach and Phil Handy.
Okay. Now you do understand that doing that now, because you did extend Vogel for 1 year, which is
right. You still gotta pay him.
You gotta pay Vogel.
Yep.
Now, hold on. You gotta pay Vogel. Then you bring up Phil Handy. You have
Why
to
do
give
y'all
him a
want to
raise
fire
because
Vogel?
Hold on.
That's my point. Yeah, that's my question. There's no valuable replacement.
They gave a bunch of old players.
Hold on. Let us finish this, y'all. We'll get to that. Let us finish this, though, because I want y'all to see it.
And that's the problem. They got to respect him. He's a good coach.
That's what I'm saying.
You have to. You saying fire Vogel, so you got to pay him 1.5 years of salary.
I get it.
And you're going to move up Phil Handy, meaning he has to get a raise because you can't keep him at the same salary as the head coach. Head coaches make a specific salary. So you got to get him at least to the minimum salary for a head coach for the rest of the year. So you essentially got 2 years of salary in head coaches between Phil Handy and old boy. And your
I understand
team,
it's a business.
and my thing is this: your team is probably not going to get any better. So why make that move?
You can't go with Handy because Handy said he's not going to take that position.
That he wouldn't. Most coaches ain't, because they know it's a lame duck. It's a lose-lose for coaches. So even Fizdale would probably take it, but we already got a sample size of what it was going to look like with Fizdale. They don't respect him either. He was worse
Yeah,
than
they don't
Bogut.
respect him either.
They don't respect him either.
He can kick rocks.
I saw Fizdale. Who said that Fizdale was LeBron's guy or some shit like that?
He is.
He is LeBron's guy.
He is
That
LeBron's
is
guy.
LeBron's guy.
You're
That's
telling
why
me
he's
LeBron don't respect his own guys.
It ain't
That
that
has
LeBron.
nothing to
Hold
do
on.
with
It
it.
ain't that LeBron don't. The other 14 don't.
Exactly.
They're not
Vogel is
gonna
not the
play for him.
problem.
He's not the
No,
problem. I agree with that.
Frank
That's what I'm
Frank
saying.
Vogel does have a lot
Frank,
to do with
oh,
it.
okay, all right.
Firing him
Frank
is not
Vogel
the
has a lot
answer.
to do with it.
It's the whole organization, and that's what I recognized about a month ago. But my
I
thing
bet you
is
said that.
I'm talking about from Genie down, because Genie's not
Heck
doing
yeah,
what.
I'm talking about
But
the whole
Genie owns the team. You
organization.
can't make somebody sell the team. You can't make
Bro, you're not listening, my brother.
Bro,
I'm
why
not
are
sure
you
what you got
saying?
going on. I'm not sure what
you talking about a whole bunch of nuts, and you're saying, "Oh, the ownership is cheap. The whole
The
organization,
ownership
this and
is
that."
cheap,
Like,
though, Tom. What are you talking about, Tom?
Bro,
The ownership
you
is
don't
cheap.
understand. Like, you're the only one in here that don't understand what we're talking about. We got like 9 other people. We all understand what we're saying. You're the only one not on board with us, bro.
Get
I
him,
mean,
Elder.
hold on.
saying
Did
I'm
you
not talking about
guarantee
nothing,
Russ
but
was going to be
everybody,
gone before the
everybody
deadline?
else thought, bro.
Did you
I
guarantee Russ was going to be gone before the
brother, I
deadline?
just admitted I
Can you
thought he
turn
would
your
be
mic
traded.
down a
Yes.
little bit?
The
please?
organization.
Oh, you
is
was
soft.
wrong. Guess what?
Okay,
Can
bro.
you turn your mic down a little
Don't
bit?
put this shit on me when you're wrong. Okay? I didn't
You talking
guarantee
about
nothing.
me?
My brother, listen, I'm
Hey,
trying to
Bob
say
is
to
like
you.
me.
What was he wrong about? Tom. I'm talking
I
about
thought that
Tom.
Russ would be traded, so he said I was wrong because I thought
The whole
Russ would
world
be
thought he
traded.
would be traded, right?
I know.
What are you talking
I know.
about, Tom?
I know.
But come on now, we knew he
I'll
wasn't.
take that.
I knew
I
he
said it
wasn't
would be
getting
hard
traded.
to
I'm
trade him.
actually
That's
trying to
my
get this
opinion. I
brother
never said it would be
I'm
easy.
trying to get him to understand how
I didn't know
basketball works.
guarantee nothing.
Hey,
I'm trying to get him to
Elder.
understand how
Whole
basketball
comment
works.
section came out your ass, Elder.
This is
Hey,
Kareem.
Elder.
Hold on, Felicia. Hold on 1 second. This is Kareem's channel. On Kareem's channel, y'all listen to what he says. He's trying to educate people. He's trying to educate people. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get you to understand how this stuff works. That's all. Not from a fandom standpoint. Today was strictly business. It was money being transferred back and forth today, y'all. That's all it was to them. Not players, not this. It was money being transferred back and forth.
Exactly. Number money.
And I'm trying to get you to understand why teams do what they do. What business moves make sense, which ones don't. The things with the Lakers, the things with the
I'm gonna
Lakers,
come
I'm gonna
back.
let you speak.
I'm gonna come back.
I'm almost done. What the Lakers did
I gotta run into the store right
I'm
quick.
sorry. Okay. What the
Yeah, I'll be
Lakers
back
did
on.
today is everybody in the organization, nobody wanted to take accountability and make moves. This is the type of stuff that happens when you have really bad leadership at the top, because nobody takes the reins and says, this is what we're going to do. This is the direction we're going to go. I mean, I never heard of a team saying, well, if this player says we'll trade him, we'll do it. I've never heard of that before publicly. I know it happens behind the scenes, but to put it out there publicly, you only do that for one reason. You trying to protect an image that's already tarnished. You just lost to the damn Portland Trailblazers. Not even their G League team. These niggas went out and got folk from the YMCA to beat you. And you trying to protect your image? To put it on LeBron because he brought the player in. You listen to him to bring Russ in. How about doing a good business move by saving money? They could have.
I know why they said that, Elder. After LeBron said that the team that they got is not on the same basis as Milwaukee, they throw that back on LeBron.
You think they like that? You think they like their star player getting up there saying that about their team?
No, they don't.
Hold on. When he is the main reason that roster is the way it is. You did all that for him, and then he gets up publicly and throws you under the bus. That's why they came right back in the media and threw him under the bus, saying, okay, everybody hates Russ, right? Okay, everybody want to get rid of Russ. No problem. We will if LeBron say so. So now when we don't, now they can all be mad at LeBron. It's just crazy, man. It's childish.
To use your terminology, I think Rob Pelinka gave LeBron James a professional middle finger today by not making any trades.
Trades. You know what? And I think what happened, Rob didn't have any I I don't think anybody gave him the jurisdiction to really pull the trigger on any trades because he still has to go get that stuff approved from the Rambuses and Jeannie Buss because it's money being transferred. He can structure everything, but to finalize it, they still gonna have to have a say.
Yeah,
The
Jenny
team
Buss
black
them
guy,
got to
whatever
be
his name
say it.
is, and I don't think anybody gave him any leeway to do it. I think they sit there and waited for LeBron to say, let's see if he gonna throw his friend under the bus since the whole world hate him and he's the problem. And when he didn't, they said, cool, we just hang tight then. Because at the end of the day, the Lakers have already come to the conclusion to know they're not winning this year. So now everybody should be in damage control situation, but what you have is a bunch of egos going around. You got the players blaming the coaches and the front office and the ownership. You have ownership blaming front office, coaches, and players. You have the coaches blaming the front office, the players, and the ownership. Everybody's trying to put blame on somebody but themselves. And everybody has a problem in this because nobody's giving a max effort to try to win. Nobody is. It's a wasted year. It's a she 43. Y'all look, I saw the list today. She $43.6 million in the luxury tax she got to pay, y'all. For this, for a team that's finna get bounced in the play-in. That's what, man, I would have saved
money. A lot of money.
I don't really think that Frank Vogel has been getting the respect that he deserves.
I would have shipped Russ. Frank is just as much culpable because you can tell Frank is not trying to coach these guys.
He didn't get that contract that he's supposed to get either.
Disrespected by the Lakers ownership. This is what I'm saying. Everybody has somebody to blame. But so what it's done is, since you didn't give me my contract, I ain't finna go all out with these players. Since you didn't give me my contract and you gave me all these old guys, guess what I'm gonna do? When we go on a little run, instead of me playing the old guys 6 minutes, I'm gonna play them 9. Knowing that from minute 7 to 9, they can't guard nobody. They too tired.
Did you see LeBron last night? He ran out of gas.
Bro, that looked pathetic what they were dealing with last night.
No, LeBron didn't care last night, and
nobody cared. Nobody cared last night
because the turnovers he was making last night, he would never even attempt in the playoffs. He just did not. He did not care yesterday. And I'm a LeBron fan, and I could say that.
Who else had 6? Was it Monk? Monk had 6 turnovers.
Yeah. And Monk wasn't
AD had 4, or THT had 4. Our guards, all ball handlers, had freaking 16 turnovers out of 21. The guys we trust to make the good passes, and you can't.
They were just throwing the ball in the counter way.
Bro, you made a guy that he was literally about to be out the league in Dennis Smith Jr. You made that cat look like an all-star last night, and this is what the Lakers are known for doing because people don't give a flip. It's embarrassing. It's retarded. And then you still expect the fans to buy the jerseys, to pay for the tickets, and show up to watch this hot garbage. Where is your business pride? And I'm telling you.
So, Elder, where do we go from here?
Nowhere. To the bottom of the damn West.
That's where we going.
There's still an outside chance they can win a couple rounds. I was on.
We got a tough schedule coming up.
What I mean is, I was on y'all side. I was saying, okay, we're gonna get bounced out after I saw no moves, right? But if they make 2 buyout moves, like y'all said, Tristan Thompson and another person that plays tough defense, and you get Carmelo back and eventually Kendrick Nunn, I feel like the team could at least get to the 2nd or 3rd round.
3rd round is the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, I think we could get to the Western if it clicks right. Elder,
I don't think Tristan Thompson is the answer.
Ball is life. I agree with you that if the Lakers show some kind of effort from the front office, and make some moves, swallow some finances, and bring in defensive-minded guys to try to balance out the roster, get rid of dead weight, and bring in defensive-minded guys, I think that would motivate some people. And I agree. Melo comes back. If Nunn can come back and get his stride going right before the playoffs, it's a balanced roster then. So, yes, we could. I don't think we can win, but we may get out of 1st and go to the 2nd. But, again, think about it. You're still going to be playing Phoenix in the 1st round or Golden State. That's what your lot going to be. You're either going to play Phoenix or Golden State in the 1st round. So you're gonna have to be the upset kid to even get
Elder,
out that round.
So what I was asking you is when I say like where do we go from here?
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to bring Russ off the bench?
That doesn't help us.
No.
And you've already done what you can do respectfully to humble Russ. Anything else would be degrading.
Yeah.
Because you heard. Hold on. Did you not hear what Russ said, y'all? And look at all the players coming to Russ's defense. And last night didn't help us because without Russ, we played a YMCA team and lost. So you can't blame Russ.
And I think that was for Russ. I think that was for Russ.
Bringing Russ off the bench doesn't solve anything. It exasperates your problems because now you really have an upset Russ. Because even Russ wants to play at the end of the games, but in the back of his mind, he can understand why the coach would say, you know what, yeah. You know what I mean? Even though he wants to be out there, he can accept that. And you notice he's accepted that. But benching him, when this man has played
that ain't gonna work.
Years,
that ain't gonna work.
Hold on. Mind you, he's putting up 18, 8, and 8. Who you bringing off that bench that can produce that?
Nobody.
You see what I'm saying?
Someone was telling me TAT was better than Russ the other day, man.
No, somebody's stupid. You can't.
Yeah, whoever said that don't know the hell we're talking about.
You can't justify bringing Russ off the bench. It makes absolutely no sense. And then even if his like numbers had declined, say he was averaging like Draymond 9, 6, and 5, triple singles, you still can't justify for who he is. He's a 33-year-old first ballot Hall of Famer. You can't.
Well, what I think the problem,
bring him in that role. Now, when guys are washed like a Dwight Howard or at the end of their career, those guys take on a role like that, and that's why they make it minimum. Name me one team that's got a $40 million guy coming off the bench. Name me one that's ever done it. Their highest paid guy on your team come off the bench. Name me a team that's ever done that.
We about to be the first one.
We not. Because that doesn't solve the problem.
They're not doing that.
People that don't understand basketball throw out those stupid narratives, but it don't make basketball sense. It don't make business sense. It don't make financial sense. It don't make nothing. I'm finna pay you $500,000 to sit on the bench per game. That's what he's making. About $500,000 a game. You writing that check to him? That's what you want to see? The guy that makes the most money on my team, I want to see him sitting there on the bench.
Well, I think the problem is that Russ is just frustrated and he's been crying out for help to learn his role, and nobody seems to know what his role is.
That's not true.
He don't even know what his role is.
Russ knows what his role is. Russ is not willing to change his game, which he's never tried to. 14 years, he's never worked on the jump shot. He's never done anything. He really has. Let's just keep it real. Russ has become this Hall of Famer off athleticism and hard play, and he ain't willing to change. Players are supposed to evolve. They're supposed to, because teams are going to load up against whatever your strength is to try to stop you from doing it. So you're supposed to expand and evolve your game. Russ has never done it, ever. So no, Russ knows his role.
About Dwight or Melo.
So, Elder, if you was the coach,
but hold on, here's the key. Before the bro, real quick, hold your question. You said you could say the same thing about Dwight and Melo. How much does Dwight and Melo make?
Well, not for this season, obviously.
How much does Dwight and Melo make? Hold on. For the last 4 seasons, how much money has Dwight Howard and Carmelo Anthony made? Because hold on. Russ is 33, right? Those two guys are 37 and 36, right? So that's why I went back 4 years. Now I'm 32 and 33 years old. When they were 32 and 33, how much money were they making?
Well, Melo was on the max contract from New York.
No, Melo was out the league. He wasn't even playing then, remember? He played 2 years in Portland.
Yeah, he was out a year.
Out the league for a year and a half, and then the 1 year with what's the name now? When Melo came back in the league, he's been making minimum ever since.
When he got bought out by Atlanta that year.
When Melo came back to the league, he's been making minimum ever since he's been back. That's been 3 full years, bro.
No.
If you was a coach, would you move LeBron back to the point?
That was what happened.
Would I do what now?
Would you, if you was a coach, would you move LeBron back to the point?
No,
No.
I wouldn't.
Dude, LeBron's already gassed enough as it is. Now you run point.
Yeah,
Point guard takes a whole lot of energy out of you, bro. And see, this is why the Lakers are really upset with LeBron. They're not going to say it publicly, but they're upset because after winning the chip, all the moves they've made these next few years has been to accommodate LeBron. He said to them, I know I led the league in assists. I know me and Anthony Davis look well. We won a chip. But my career will end short if I have to keep playing point guard. I don't have the energy at this age to do that. I need someone that can help me handle this ball. In comes Dennis Schroeder. Mistake. After that mistake, and it blew up in our face, in comes a worse mistake in Russell Westbrook. But all these moves were done because of LeBron, to accommodate LeBron and what he said he needed. So now to get to a point where they done all this for him and then hear him in the what's name say, oh no, we're not even close to being. You see what I'm saying? This is why you got this fighting going on in the media. That's why you got it.
So do you think that we gave up?
That's just why though.
So do you think that we gave up a year early on Kyle Kuzma?
What's the question? What?
Do you think that we gave up like a year early on Kyle Kuzma and
No. Kyle Kuzma was playing behind two Hall of Famers. You name me a guy that's gonna thrive playing behind two Hall of Famers. That play, I'm talking about when I say play behind, I'm not saying play third fiddle to. The position he plays, the responsibility he has, the two guys on the team that are the Hall of Famers, they do the exact same thing. He's a 4-3, right? He plays power forward and small forward, right?
Right.
Well, who plays power forward for the Lakers? Anthony Davis. Who plays small forward for the Lakers? LeBron James. He was not going to be consistent behind them two Hall of Famers. That's why people don't even understand. It's a combination of why THT is so bad this year, y'all. It ain't just because he's trash like people try to say. He's got a ton of talent. But when you take a guy like that his number one thing is to handle the ball and get to the basket. He's like one of the best guys next to LeBron we have and Russ at penetrating. But here's the problem. Who are the two guys that penetrate to the hole better than him on our team? Russell Westbrook and LeBron James. He has two Hall of Famers doing what he do on his team. That's why his production has been inconsistent and drop. And his brother caught COVID. He got the injury at the beginning of the year. Then after coming back, he got the injury at the beginning of the year. Came back from that, caught COVID. After he got back from catching COVID, he had the small hand injury on his shooting hand. This is why he has not performed this year. It ain't that he just trash, y'all. It's circumstances going into why he's not performing at the level he could. But you still don't give up on a guy that you got all this invested in. He was a second-round pick, but they paid first-round money to get it, to buy the pick. We didn't have a pick. They paid a first-round salary to buy the pick to get this dude. Then you give him the 3-year, $30 million deal. You're just not going to give up on that for nothing. Now, they'd have traded him this year with that pick if they could have got a player greater than him. Jeremy Grant's a greater player than him. Siakam's a better player than him. Who's the other guy we was trying to get? All those guys were better players. Harrison Barnes, even Buddy Hield. All these guys were better players than him. So you give up the pick for them, but not for freaking Josh Richardson, not for Terrence Ross.
No way.
These guys are old and producing at the same level THT is now. And they got 6, 7 years, 8 years in the league. THT got 4. This is 4th year, 3rd year. You don't give up a 21-year-old. Yeah, you don't give up a 21-year-old with potential to score 30 a game for a guy that's 31 and can barely get you 11 consistently. I'm not giving up a pick for that. Now, I may trade you even up, but I'm not giving up a pick for that. And that's the type of deals the Lakers was trying to get suckered into doing today because everybody viewed them as being a desperate team because of how bad the damn team looked. I'm telling you, man, everybody's to blame for this. Jeannie Buss, the Rambuses, Rob Pelinka ass definitely got part in this. The coaching staff sucks. The players don't give a flip. They out there playing half-ass. They not this bad defensively.
And the president of business operations, he part of that too.
Everybody, bro. Everybody. And that's the part that got me frustrated today because I'm like, is anybody going to make moves to try to show they really want to win right now? And nobody does. And LeBron kind of in that mode. Y'all know how LeBron get. Once he realized things is not going to go the way he want, or he's not got the control that he thinks he should have, he bouncing. So he knows I'll get through this year, and then we'll try to retool. I'll try to go get a championship next year. If they support, great. If they don't, I'm out.
Well, do you think that it's a coincidence that he picked Giannis Antetokounmpo number 1?
No. I mean,
No,
Giannis,
he did
Giannis
that
is the
last
best player in the league. He did that last year too. Giannis is just the best player in the league. He just got done. Hey, he just got done dropping 44 on your head, bro.
Yeah, he did.
You better pick him. Shit.
But Elder, you know what I was thinking about, right? I defend AD a lot, but he's the one person on this whole entire team that could turn the season around. AD has not been himself the last couple of years. If he returns to the old AD, where he was guarding 2 people at once, getting all these blocks, demanding the ball, dunking on people, driving to the hole, he could change the season around. So I'm not giving up yet, meaning we're gonna get bounced out in the play-in. I still think the Lakers got a chance.
Why would AD do that though? When he is playing with a bunch of guys that don't know how to make an entry pass, they don't know how to utilize a big man. So when he's on the court playing with them, he is extra frustrated. So why would he constantly keep giving that effort to make up for their lazy defensive efforts, their lack of IQ, their lack of support for him, and then they don't feed him properly? Why would he play hard for them? And so I don't expect to see that AD that I know is in there. I think AD came back and he showed everybody with the Jokic. I mean, with the Embiid, and when he played Nurkic and he dominated them dudes real quick, but then he realized I'm still in the same situation. I'm out here with Russ.
See,
and I don't think he cared.
And Elder, that's one thing, right? When people say Vogel, a small thing like that, Frank Vogel consistently plays Russ and Anthony Davis together and lets LeBron run the second unit. I think like exactly what you said. LeBron and AD should be playing together. Let Russ be Russ for like 5-minute spurts with the second unit, and you allow AD to have a real point guard in the game. And LeBron,
do you know what the problem is with that though?
No,
LeBron and AD will probably get you a small lead because they're older, so they're not going to put that energy in. You ain't going to have no 10, 15, 20-point lead. You'll have maybe a 3 to 5 point lead, right? Then when you put Russ out there with the rookies, that lead going to be evaporated quick. What he has found out is that the only guy that really runs well with those rookies is LeBron. Yeah. They can go on runs with LeBron. So that's why you play it that way. That's why I tell people, that's why bringing Russ off the bench, that help you none. All you're going to do is, if you have a lead, you're going to give it right back with Russ coming in there. And if you don't have a lead, you finna go deeper into a hole with Russ coming in with those two guys on the bench.
Russell don't play no defense.
He don't play none. He has zero concentration. No. And if he do concentrate, it's for 1 or 2 rotations. It's not for 3 or 4 rotations. You know some teams have 5, 6 rotations in a 24-second clock? I don't think Russ has ever seen a 4th rotation. Not this year he hasn't.
The opposing point guard, the only time
on Russell Westbrook. When we all of them do. All them cards eat. All of them eat. Because he won't pay attention. And they know that. These teams realize just run, play hard, and you will beat the Lakers. Look at that team that was out there last night against the Lakers, y'all. You can't even name half them cats. And they just ran and played hard. And guess what? They beat the Lakers.
Yeah. Dennis Smith Jr.
It was
like a layup line.
Hey, it was a guy that's about to be out of the league, bro. Name me 3 other people on that team. You can name Simon, you can name Nurkic, and you probably don't know nobody else on that team.
I know. I didn't know nobody.
Casuals don't know nobody else on that team.
They went to the YMCA and picked up a couple guys, man.
None of them, bro.
Nobody.
I'm telling you.
But I tell you what, though, is for these next 26 games, if they can come together and start playing a little bit harder.
Not with Frank Vogel as the coach. I don't.
Man, just hear me out. Just if they can come together for these next 26 games,
It's not gonna happen.
if they can
not
get,
with this current team.
if they can at least get the 8th or the 7th seed, I don't think nobody wants to play against LeBron and AD in the first round in the playoffs, though. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna tell you this, bro.
Sure, yeah, of course you can say that, but it's at this point, I feel if this whole Trailblazers game is the indicator of what's happening next, we're done.
But I can tell you now, nobody is fearing AD and LeBron. They're not fearing those guys, bro. They know they're great and they know they are capable of beating you on any given day. But I don't think there's a guy in the league that's, especially going to the playoffs, that don't think that their team is going to be able to beat LeBron. Look at all the people that start shitting and talking crazy.
Yo, Elder, you got a question from the comments. You want
Cameron Payne.
Cameron Payne. You got all these
he's
people
been running his mouth too. Cameron Payne been running his
you're
mouth.
talking about ancillary secondary dudes. This ain't superstar on superstar. These are scrubs, bro. Which I don't call nobody a scrub in the league, but compared to the people they talking to, really? Then you gonna call us the worst team in the league when we ain't the worst team in the league?
We got John Wall, like he's liking Laker tweets, making fun of us, and Miles Turner with the, the TikTok girl. It's all crazy right here.
Well,
so we play against Golden State next, right?
That's exactly my point. I think we should hold our judgment. I know we just got waxed by the Bucks, but I think against Golden State, if they play with effort, there's still hope in this team. If they just get run off the court, we could start saying, all right, we're going home in the playing round and stuff.
We got ran off the court by Portland Trailblazers.
But Elder, to your point, I think the Lakers got embarrassed yesterday. Because they was heavy favorites.
It's only embarrassing to the fans. The players ain't embarrassed. You saw them after the game, bro?
Well, yeah.
Laughing, hugging each other. The players ain't embarrassed. It's only
last night, my problem was last night is why they bench Russ last night. Like,
did you guys see Russ? He left the game.
He had a back problem.
He doesn't have a back problem.
Bro, they showed some clip where he got hurt in the Clippers.
Yeah, he got hurt.
And they said he been playing through it. And last night they didn't want him to keep playing through it.
Russ don't sit out, bro. He don't sit out games.
He don't.
He ain't gonna never teach you with his effort.
That's the first game he missed all year, bro. That's the first game.
He ain't gonna never teach you with his effort.
He's got more minutes played than anybody in the NBA this year. So he gonna play when he can play.
Yeah, he's a reliable player now. He's gonna play.
Said it was because he was possibly going to be getting traded. I think that could have had a little bit to do with it, but he actually did have some kind of back injury too. Yeah, he actually did have some kind of tightness in his back.
You guys, what do you guys feel about Frank Vogel continuing the whole rest of the year? What do you?
I mean, I feel like
might as well.
Might as well. You ain't gonna get no better. You ain't gonna get nobody.
Yeah,
better.
might well. Hey, what?
I mean, listen, man. Frank Vogel just won a championship 16 months ago. It's, like he doesn't have much to work with. You know what I mean? Like they gave him a bunch of old players, and Like the Lakers cannot
give him his coaching staff.
Why y'all still on the champion? Why y'all still on that 2020 championship?
16 months is a long time for the modern NBA. Like 16 months means less than these days.
It's gonna be 2027, and y'all still talking about the bubble championship. Come on now.
What Kobe 81 points or some shit.
Because that year, Frank Vogel had young players. He had a top 10 defense. He had something to work with.
He had a top 3 defense.
Yeah, but our so-called top 3 defense got.
So then when you go out and you get a bunch of.
They were top.
DeAndre Jordan,
top 3. But we got
more turning around.
The whole reason why we won those 2 games is because of AD, and once he went down, all his woes gave up, right?
Well, no, you talking about last year? They were.
Yeah,
top.
I know, but last year's team was better than this year's team.
We was number 1 last year.
Defensively last year,
and they still got blown out.
LeBron and AD were hurt last year.
I know, Balls Live. All I'm saying is, if it wasn't for AD, we would have got swept.
Oh yeah, AD played his ass off.
But y'all can say that for
if it wasn't for AD last year, we would have been swept, right?
Hold on, y'all could say that for every team. If you take away the second best player, they'll get swept.
I don't know. The Clippers are better than us without Kawhi.
I understand AD played a major
part. Kawhi better than AD.
But LeBron was hurt as well.
Got the best roster money can buy.
Yep, they robbed.
Yeah, that money was well spent.
All I'm saying is last year's team was better, and even they
didn't do that well without one of their
Well,
stars. So I
of
mean,
course, last year's team was better. We had defensive-minded players, and they were younger than
And
what we got
and
tonight.
yeah. And the thing was, the bench and them, they carried the team last year because Anthony Davis was hurt for over 2 months. Then he came back in the playoffs and got hurt again.
But I still believe that Vogel made a lot of coaching rotation, decisions, last
Yeah,
year.
he did last year. He sure did last year.
I mean, and that's why I'm not kind to him.
The Lakers made a couple mistakes by
A lot
letting
of
JaVale
mistakes.
McGee and Alex Caruso. They should have kept both of them players.
we could have kept JaVale McGee last year if it wasn't for that
They should have
dumbass
kept
fucking
Alex
Marcus All
Caruso as
bullshit.
well.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why they brought in Marcus All, but
It was name chasing. That's all that
Yeah.
was. They got all.
That's
the
all it
background.
was.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. I would have I would have made the Montrez move.
Hey, did somebody say John Wall was making fun of us, yo?
John Wall.
No, I said like on Twitter he liked the picture of him saying that the Lakers need him.
Oh.
But he wanted to go to the Lakers. After the trade deadline, he posted, "I just want to play basketball." I think he thought he would have went to the Lakers. Because of course Rich Paul's his agent.
There's a lot of guys would have.
John Wall
There's
can
a
take
lot
a
of guys
buyout
would have
right
came
now.
to the Lakers if they'd have made a move. There's a lot of guys would have came if they'd have made a move.
But then,
We could have what's his name?
We don't
Karis
have any
LeVert. We
value
had a
to make
first
a
round
move.
pick.
We can't sit up here and be unrealistic saying we trade Bazemore and DJ for Cam Reddish. We
No,
had,
but balls live. We could have had some of these guys.
But we had like 5 or 6 second-round picks of the first-round pick and THT to work with. Everyone else is on a minimum contract. It was gonna be hard to make all these luxury moves y'all wanted.
We could have a Marvin Bagley. We could have had a Karis LeVert.
No, it wasn't. The minimum guys.
Dude,
The minimum guys are not luxury
got
moves.
Karis LeVert with a first-round pick and Ricky Rubio.
That's because the contracts worked and they gave up the first round pick. Lakers
If
wasn't
we
willing to
gave
give
up THT and that first-round pick, we would have
their
Karis LeVert right
contracts
now.
don't work, bro. Rubio makes twice as much as THT.
Rubio doesn't make $20 million a year.
He makes 18.
He makes 8.
We have Kendrick Nunn. We have
That's
$5 million.
another 5. That's
Did you not-
14 million between the two. You got 9.5
that
and
money
5.
get balanced out. Let me check. Hold on.
That's an extra player.
See, you gotta look at the Lakers salary cap before you just start saying
I
that.
am right now. I'm looking at it right now. Give me a second.
Hold on. The reason why that deal works is because the Pacers, they didn't want the players. They didn't want a player. They just wanted the cap relief. They just wanted an expiring contract is all they wanted. So Rubio's an expiring contract, and he's hurt for the rest of the year. So we'll take that back so it'll fall off our books, and now we don't have to have a roster spot for a guy that's not going to play for us anyway.
Yeah.
So they
I
want
think a lot of people gonna want Russell Westbrook next year.
Oh hell yeah! Once his contract expires, please. Look, I'll take Russell Westbrook for about $20 million.
Oh no, he'll probably
Not
get
even
10, 15.
Hey, Elder, whatever happened with the Oklahoma City deal?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
another
right.
thing that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because they never spent that money.
Right.
Still,
So they paying the league?
They're still $23 million.
Yeah, try to move 47 million. I say good luck.
Oh, hold on. What happened to the Toronto deals that people have been telling me that's going to happen?
Toronto made a lot of deals.
I've been arguing with people about how Toronto's not going to trade Gary Trent away. Guess what? He's still here. Guess what?
That's fine, but they traded other deals.
I argued with
Toronto-
people for like
Toronto
3 nights.
Toronto had 2 deals today.
Hey Tom,
Yeah,
can you turn your thing down a little bit?
I don't have a volume control. It's the same mic all along.
Are you speaking in your mic?
No, I have the same mic all along.
No, are you speaking in it? Like,
I'll move it away a bit if you want.
yeah.
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 You're screaming in everybody's ear.
No, I'm using whatchamacallit laptop.
You're on a Mac.
Oh, okay, I
that
got
I got you like a megaphone.
No, I'm using. I don't have a megaphone.
No, I said to make it sound like that.
So what y'all think about?
He walking around like Joe Clark with the megaphone.
Yeah, no, right?
what y'all think about Kendrick Nunn? His date keep getting pushed back.
Well, I just saw.
I don't
today
think he playing
he's
this
not
year.
playing until March, so I don't.
Late
What the
March,
fuck is going to do?
He said
Yeah,
late.
Yeah, they said late March. Like, dude, the playoffs start April what? 10th?
I
think he
didn't
tore his
see.
MCL.
I didn't.
Kendrick
I
Nunn's
didn't
gonna
see
get
the
5
article that
games with
said
us.
late March. I saw the article
No,
that said March.
Vogel and Palinka
No,
said it today.
the team
Yeah.
said
Late
that
March.
Kendrick Nunn at
Yeah.
least
Palinka said it during his press conference today.
Okay, late March.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that's what he
Kendrick
said.
Nunn's
Late
a
March.
month away at
Serious
least.
setback, bro. That's a serious
That's
setback. 'Cause you're talking
crazy.
about
Well, he
You
got
know what?
7, 8
Something else was wrong with that young man.
Yeah,
Something
I feel
else was
like
wrong with
No,
that young man.
he has a knee injury. Sometimes that shit takes long.
might have been
They
worse.
said it
It was
wasn't no
supposed to be a
knee injury,
boom.
it was a
It's
bone
a bone
bruise.
bruise.
No,
Yeah.
no,
That
the
ain't no
bone.
knee
No,
injury.
Felicia. The bone bruise was when he just got injured. But
I'm
that
just
was
saying.
months ago.
Well,
They
Tom,
updated that to a knee injury now.
you the doctor on the team now?
No. All I'm saying is no, Felicia. Here's what happens. When Kendrick Nunn got injured in the preseason, right? They told everyone, "Oh, it's a bone bruise. He'll be back." And then he suffered a setback. They changed it to a knee injury. That's the
They
team
ain't
said. I
no,
didn't
they
make that
keep
up.
saying they didn't change nothing to no knee injury. It's still on
No,
the
it's a knee
report.
injury
It
now.
says
I'll find it
bone
for you.
bruise.
Hold on.
It says bone bruise still.
It says bone bruise. It ain't never changed to no knee injury. If it was a knee injury, maybe the Laker fans and
Well,
people like us would be okay with
I'm
it.
seeing. I pulled up the Lakers injury report right now. Kendrick Nunn, bracket knee won't be available until at least March.
It literally says bone bruise.
Mine
Bone
says
bruise.
bracket knee. Is my
Where are you
what
looking
what
at,
website are you
Tom?
using?
Where are you at, Tom?
ESPN.
I don't believe everything. I'm just saying
I'm
what the
on
Lakers,
ESPN.com right now.
the Lakers reported it. The Lakers reported it as a bone bruise.
Damn,
That's all
I
I'm saying.
My
guess, I
when
guess
was
there's no
that?
value coming short at this point.
My report is on February the 8th. It was
2 days
non-bracket
ago.
knee won't
5
be
steps away from
available
the mic,
until
man.
at least March.
Yeah, take about 5-10 steps back.
Man, you know what?
Mine
You know
was
what you
for
need to
March
do,
8th.
Tom?
That's 2 days ago. That's 2.
You know what you need to do, Tom? Shut your computer off. That's what you need to do.
So hold on. So ESPN.com is a bad website now.
Nope.
Because
I
you
just
said
asked
so.
the question.
Hey,
I mean,
Because you
unless
said
you
so.
the doctor.
they did. Hey,
You
they
gotta
did
be
say,
kidding me,
hey,
right? You got.
They did say Kobe was number 14 all time. So
They said
Tom,
what,
the
Elder?
team
they
doctor.
said Kobe Bryant was number 14
So
all
what?
time.
All right. What website should I use then?
Well,
No,
apparently not
you
ESPN.
fine. Hey, brother, you fine.
What
You
website
fine.
do you use?
Tom,
You're
are you
fine,
listening
bro.
to Trevor Lane?
Shit.
What website do you
Yo,
use? You have to
stupid.
make a
Just
website.
look
Don't
up
say shit without making shit up.
Just look up Kendrick Nunn. It's not.
Tom, you got to stop listening to Trevor Lane, Tom.
Goodness.
No, I'm just joking with you, Tom.
No,
Yeah,
listen
what
to
you
Ken.
gonna
No,
do next?
don't ever
Bomb my
listen.
Instagram like that bomb goat Mike did?
Don't listen to
Yo,
Trump.
fun
Please
story.
don't listen to Trump.
Go Mike bomb my
Hey,
Instagram. Said
Trevor
I
Lane had the
gaslighted
puppy
him.
face all day today, man. It was hilarious watching this show earlier.
I'm talking about going
He had
Oh
the puppy
man,
face earlier.
I got stalked on Instagram for
No,
over some
he was out
YouTube
of it,
shit.
man. He thought
Yeah.
they were gonna make trades too.
Yeah,
He
him
sure
and Ron
did.
Gutterman. Him and Ron
Yeah.
Gutterman just be, man, they be full of it.
Hey, if you're a true Laker fan, it was a rough day for you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was rough.
Yo,
Yeah.
I've been a
No,
Laker fan
it's
for
a
like from 2006. It's been this is not the first rough day I had.
It's a rough day
I'm
as a LeBron fan.
This is
too.
not my first rough day.
gonna tell you how
Say
it was
what,
rough.
Kareem?
Elder,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you how rough it was.
Mhm.
I mean, tears literally came down my eyes. So
Dang.
I was like, "Are you kidding me? For real?"
Now, I cried today, but it wasn't for the
No.
Lakers. I promise you that. But
Hey,
No.
Kareem, how's them arms, man? All them push-ups you had to do today?
Oh, Kareem, don't dug
Hey,
dug
hey.
the smoke, Kareem. Don't.
Hey, is your
Kareem,
boy?
Kareem's somewhere with ice on his arms right now. He got
Man, they
I know,
calling
right?
y'all for
he
the
had to go
push-ups,
ice him
man.
up.
Somebody hot.
Kareem messed up today, boy. Kareem.
Nah, that was a real push-up, man. That was a redo.
Hey,
We
Tom,
need to
is
redo.
is your volume all the way up on your computer?
I don't
Yeah,
have
I'm
a volume control for my microphone, balls. Like, what do you want me to do?
I'm talking about your
Man.
volume on your computer.
I use a headphone. I'm not using my computer.
You said you was using your computer.
I mean, it's 2022. Your headphones should have a volume on there.
No, it does
but
not.
what-
It's a very simple
what-
headphone I pulled out of the
volume
corner.
still
I don't know how to
down,
use this
No,
shit.
no,
Volume
but
still
what?
down.
Felicia, you made.
Y'all just trying to get it to go
Oh,
up.
my goodness.
Felicia, you got it messed up.
I'm trying to get my
I don't know how to use this shit.
Hold on, Because one time you turned your camera on and you were looking right into the mic. That's why I'm asking.
What was your question? What was your question?
Like you asked, Balls Live.
Oh, that's better. That's better.
Oh God.
Weird stuff happening.
Y'all have a problem sucking dick.
Damn.
Who?
Oh no!
Watch your mouth.
Damn. Come on, man. Listen, it ain't that serious, is it?
I'm not.
Now you trying.
Trying to get Kareem shut down.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Hey, Felice,
Listen,
you know
Ticket don't appreciate you copying them either, bro.
Felice, real talk. You know what he did? He went to Bank's channel and spam report the channel. I blocked him.
Who did that?
Tom did that.
You just blocked him?
It was Tom Lou. 2 weeks ago, he went to Bank channel and spammed report the.
Hold on, I did. Balls Live. I did not do that. Why are you making shit up?
But real
Oh man.
I did not do that, Balls Live. Why are you making shit up here?
Here we go.
Balls Live, you better have proof that I did that shit. Otherwise, your ass owes me an apology.
Tom, you sound like Carl Rittenhouse.
You owe me an apology, Balls Live.
Hey Tom, you never apologized to me, so don't apologize, Ballers Life.
I'm not gonna apologize.
I don't care you apologize or not, but I'm gonna make this shit clear. Your ass better came up with proof, Balls Live. Whether you dumbass apologize or not, it doesn't matter. But your ass better came up with some solid proof.
Okay,
I know.
Where is your proof, Balls Live?
Okay,
I don't even go to that dumbass channel name of Weezy Band. Y'all say that I spam stuff on the blah 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 blah.
Okay, let's
have some proof, Balls Live. Where is it? I want to see it.
Can we talk?
Why it gotta be done?
No, we can't. You just accused me of something. Now I want to see proof.
Never mind.
You accused me right here, and you. Where is your proof?
Okay, I will bring the proof another day.
Where is it? Right now. We don't got no time for this shit right now. Ticks are like 5. If you know it was me for sure, you can pull up the proof right now.
Hey Tom, why you?
I just been through this shit yesterday. I don't mind going through it again.
We're not
Let's
pulling the
go.
same crap like a few days ago, man. Just cut the
I don't
crap
give
already,
it.
man.
Like, if you was gonna accuse me of doing something, you better have proof.
Can we talk basketball?
What are y'all even talking about?
I don't even know. Hey Elder.
Yeah.
Again, I didn't bring this shit up.
All right, it's over with, man.
Yep.
Ain't nobody got no proof.
Yep.
Exactly my point. So don't fucking point fingers when you.
Calm down.
My whole point. I didn't say Balls Live fucking spam me on Instagram.
Can we talk basketball now?
Yeah.
Okay, so real.
Can we talk basketball?
Not really.
Real want to know what can we do to salvage this season for us? I mean,
nothing.
I think I done told y'all I want Vogel out of here.
Yeah, Vogel.
I been want Vogel out. Y'all said I'm crazy.
I want Vogel out.
I mean, you fire him, but who you gonna replace him with?
Hold on. His question was this: what can you do to salvage the season? You can fire Vogel, but it ain't gonna salvage the season.
But you have to do something to salvage the season. Like you can't judge something by the result. You have to do it. Like you have to do
y'all
something
think Frank
to
Vogel's the problem?
expect the result.
Yes.
Like, if you do nothing, it's not gonna change.
Everybody's the problem. Everybody.
Anybody with the brain knows Stanley Johnson is a better defender than Ariza right now. Ariza should not be starting lineup.
Right.
That's why I've been saying
Hold on. Time out. Do you know why he starts though?
I have no clue.
He's 6'8", 6'9". That's
we need the
Stanley Johnson 6'8".
No, Stanley Johnson is 6'6" on a good day. No, he's 6'6" on a good day.
6'6", yeah.
And when you don't have size and Carmelo Anthony gone, Ariza is the next best thing. That's
exactly.
Why he
That's true. Yeah. Now, I will say this, y'all. I believe in the coach's job is to make the team, to pick all the players in their best position to win, to be successful. I don't believe that Frank Vogel has done that with AD. Let me start there. I'm not even talking about Russell Westbrook right now. I don't even think Frank has done right by AD. My thing is we need to do away with the small ball. And this is what I've been saying. We have.
Here's the thing, right? I don't mean to cut you off. Here's the thing. is David Fizdale runs the offense. Last year we had Jason Kidd running the offense, and now we got David Fizdale who's running the offense. And in most of these games, the offense is so stagnant. Everybody's just standing around watching LeBron dribble, or they standing around watching Westbrook dribble, and nobody's moving, nobody's cutting, nobody's. Everybody, it's just a bunch of standing around.
No, I agree, but that's what I'm saying. It's like it's so many issues with our team right now. You know, one, the roster. It's nothing we can do with this roster. It's old. You know, they can't move. You know, everybody is ISO players. They offensive players. We have no defense. You know, we have no transition defense. We have no perimeter defense. We have no team defense.
No flashback offense.
Our best defensive player is an undrafted rookie.
Right. So my thing is this. I personally believe that we do need to start Reeves. I believe we should start him.
I've been saying that. Yeah.
Now when I say about the coach, I say at least we got to be able to do something. Let's start with the coach.
Yeah, because we lost our head coach.
Maybe a change. The direction that these players are looking for, they're not finding it in Vogel at all. They don't respect him. Y'all got to remember.
Yeah, we lost our head coach anyway.
Miss Felicia.
Huh?
Have you ever seen a team fire a head coach with 20-something games left to go?
I understand, Elder. It's wishful thinking. Just like you wanted Westbrook going, guess what? I want Vogel going.
I wanted Vogel going. Wishful thinking. You're right. Wishful thinking.
All of them. All of them. Hey, everybody was wishing that. Everybody.
If we're going by wishful thinking, then I don't know.
I mean, there was no deal to put this team in the top 4 of the West. I mean, there's no deal out there.
No, but you gotta make a deal to begin with, Eric. If you make
but how are you gonna make a deal? If you don't even
how are we gonna make a deal with no value, Tom?
Yeah.
Make smaller. I'm not saying we bring all.
We don't have any value. Elder broke it down for us. We don't have any value. You know what I'm saying? We either got high paying guys,
really low paying guys. We don't have tradable contracts. Really, we don't.
Thank God they only got 1 year.
Because I asked people, what $10 million player that you can trade for that flat out he's make $10 million and he's better than THT.
Norman
that the team is that he don't make 10. That booger makes 20. What are you talking about?
If we package THT, Kendrick Nunn, and somebody else, we could have did the Norman Powell deal.
Now here's the thing. Why would they take back 3 players for 1 player?
They took back 3 players from the Clippers.
For 3 players. They gave up 3 players. They did 3 for 3, not 3 for 1. There's a big difference. When you take 3 players back, you got to have roster space to add those players to your roster.
They still could have traded Covington away.
And then, hold on, bro.
Look, when you do 3 for 1, man, that's a superstar.
Think of what they got back too. Those players are young and super cheap. The 2 were. One is on an expiring contract. You had who? Kenny, the Winslow guy, who's on an expiring contract. So he's
Justin Winslow.
Yeah, you got a young, athletic guy that's making no money, but he has a lot of potential. And that Keon Johnson. Who's the 3rd guy, y'all? Oh, Eric Bledsoe. You bought him out.
Eric Bledsoe.
Because he only had $3 million guaranteed next year, and he made 18 this year. So that was like $9 million owed to him. So you're planning on
they looking to buy him out.
Yeah, but even if you don't, he's only on $3 million next year. It's only $3 million guaranteed. Anybody will pick that up from you. So these contracts work with what Portland was trying to do, not add money. THT by himself is another $20 million added because he's got $20 million more due to him. Then if you take Nunn and he picks up his option, that's another $5 million you obligated to. Plus that other player that you picked him. Now that would be falling off, but you just took back guys that you didn't want, didn't have no use for, and you added $15 or $25 million to your bottom line. Wouldn't make sense to do our deal over that one. Unless we would have said, well, we'll give you a 1st round pick for it too.
No.
Now they got a 2nd from the Clippers, but even with that 1st, I would have took the Clipper deal over that because it puts me in a better financial situation. Because THT is not going to be no difference maker. Kendrick Nunn ain't playing.
Nope, sure ain't.
So if I'm getting guys that ain't gonna be difference makers, I at least want them falling off my books, which is what the Clippers sent back. Guys that'll fall off their books.
And Jerry West is one of the best in the business.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, he gonna end up winning on the trade, but when you really look at it, he puts you in a position to give you what you want. Everybody looked at that situation with Memphis when we got Paul Gasol. People forget Memphis was nothing until they got Marc Gasol and the other and used
Memphis got 2 first-round picks.
That and Marc Gasol. People forget that part.
But that's something.
Hold on. What I'm saying is you end up getting a defensive player of the year in the deal, plus 2 first-round picks, plus the salary requirement to move to bring in more assets. And 2 years later, 3 years later, where was Memphis in the Western Conference Final? So people can say it didn't work for Memphis. I disagree. That deal worked out. Why? You got all of that for a player that you already knew you wasn't going to give a max deal to. You knew I can't give him a max deal in this small market and build the team around him. He's not worthy to build the team around, and I'm not paying him a max deal. So I'm going to send him somewhere where he can. Nobody else wanted Gasol until the Lakers got him. Now everybody's mad, though. Oh, no, you policed him. No, he didn't. It was a good deal. The money matched. And Memphis got what they wanted, and they elevated. They went up after that trade. So Jerry West is fair. It just he gon' fleece you to get what he wants. It ain't like Danny Ainge. Now Danny Ainge, when he done with you, you ain't gonna have no future, no hope. Your team gonna be sad.
Isaiah Thomas.
He gonna trade. Yeah, he gonna trade you an injured player and try to get him. See, Jerry West don't deal like that. This is why teams think about all them deals Jerry West won, but teams still want to deal with him. Because in the end, Jerry West is gonna give you what fits your needs.
Yeah, with your roster.
Because Portland having a fire sale, so they're not trying to win right now. So he got them what they wanted. That's
and the
why
Clippers, they got a bunch of young talent, man.
Here's the key too. Here's another thing. Who was going to take on Norman Powell? That brother had 4 years and like $90 million, $80 million left or something. It was a crazy amount. $60 million still left. You got to take on that You got to take on that contract, and they did the math. They said that contract is going to cost, even though it's a $90 million total contract. If Norman Powell plays all of those years with the Clippers, it's going to cost the Clippers $155 million because of the luxury tax thing in.
I think they'll probably trade him this summer.
We'll see.
And them teams gave the Lakers a hard time because of how they did Jerry West. I know what that was about. You can't do him like that.
Sound like some personal stuff, so I never got into the Jerry West.
Yeah.
I just know that.
But they wasn't supposed to do him like that.
Egos got in the way, all of that, and old girl functioned like she's some kind of dude, because I see her ego can be stroked a lot. Our owner, her ego can be stroked.
Jenny Bucks.
She'll walk around prideful with that name ego, man. She will. It's just sad, man. It's just sad.
Yeah, just go and apologize. That's all you got to do.
They could have easily squashed that, because again, his son was working there, and then when he left Golden State, he came back to the Lakers and tried to get a consultant job, and they turned him down. So it's not like he was holding a grudge against them, because it ain't like Jerry West need a job. He don't need no job. He's straight.
So Elder, do you think?
I think that was our
like hypothetically, right?
Yeah,
if we fire Frank. If we fire Frank Vogel this summer, do you think that a coach will want to come in and coach this?
Hell yeah.
A team?
When you can get the whole team, first off, what the next coach is going to want is full autonomy like coaches get. See, that's why Frank Vogel, he's been a lame duck coach for 3 years. Yeah. That next coach is going to say, I'm picking my own staff. I'm going to have control over player personnel, meaning draft, all that kind of stuff. You see what I'm saying? That's what real coaches get when they come. So, yeah, they'll come there if you give them that. Now, a lot of coaches, unfortunately, they don't want to deal with LeBron, y'all, because they understand he gets to dictate everything in the organization. So maybe it may be rough for them to get another coach next year. Yeah, because they've been like, man, I'm not coming there to just bow down to LeBron. I ain't finna do it. Now, if you tell me you're going to guarantee me 5 years, I may take on that task. But to do it for 2 or 3 years, like the Lakers were trying to get over on people, that's why Ty Lue like that shit's insulting. And now look what Ty Lue doing. He's coach of the year candidate, right in the basement. Coach of the Year candidate, bro. So again,
Somebody elder.
And see, that's why they want to Phil Handy, because they know Phil Handy can handle them boys.
Yeah, Felicia, go ahead with your question.
Yeah, I was going. So you don't think what's the dude name that ended up? You don't think he would have been a good coach for the Lakers? The dude that was actually coaching.
Monty Williams?
No. I wish that's who I wanted, even over Tyrone.
He turned it down.
You talking about Fizdale?
No, not Fizdale. He coached. Remember, he was the coach. Brooks, Scotty
Mark
Brooks.
Jackson.
No.
Scotty Brooks.
Scotty Brooks not a good coach.
No.
No.
No. What I was
It
saying.
didn't take much to coach Durant and Westbrook.
I think Felicia's talking about Donovan for the Bulls, right?
No. What I'm talking about, I'm not saying, I wasn't saying fire Vogel during this time. I was saying, because this was when he was still available. I was saying pick him up as, an assistant coach. Because then I think his offense would have been a whole lot better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree with you because David Fizdale's offense was terrible. It was terrible in New York and it was terrible in Memphis.
He's not known as an offensive-minded guy.
No, hold on, Felicia. Who are you talking about?
Scotty Brooks.
No.
I think.
No, I'm not talking about as the actual head coach. I said assistant.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. But
He had offensive coordinators.
I don't think he had like the acumen of an offensive-minded coach. I don't think that's what he was touted as being, a great offensive mind. So I don't see him helping. And then he's a bow down guy because he's been bowing down for Russ, all that. So he ain't the kind of guy that's gonna come in there and demand the respect out of a team full of half them boogers older than him, on the team.
Yeah. Hey, Westbrook got Scotty Brooks fired twice.
I thought that was Billy Donovan who coached Russ all those years.
Westbrook got him fired twice.
Both of them. Yeah, both of them.
Because Scotty Brooks coached the team when I think the team
Westbrook got him fired in OKC and then got him fired in Washington.
No, because KD no. Russ never got Scotty Brooks fired. When Scotty
Yeah, he
Brooks
did. He got him fired twice.
No. When Scotty Brooks was fired, KD was still there. It wasn't even Russ's team.
It's always been Russ's team.
And then Billy Donovan took over and they lost the 3-1 lead, and you know what happened.
Yeah. But what I thought that would have been good. But the other dude that I had in mind was oh man, what's the one that used to be on the assistant coach for the Nets, but he ended up leaving, going to the Pelicans back office.
Mike D'Antoni.
Not D'Antoni.
D'Antoni. He's finna get on Philly. Watch, because when they don't gel, they're gonna get rid of Doc.
They gonna get
They're gonna move Dan Phoney in there. Watch. They're gonna move.
Elder, to what you were saying is, the Lakers, they really just disrespected Frank Vogel anyway, because he was the third or fourth option anyway. But I really believe they should have just fired Frank Vogel last year and hired Jason Kidd, and we wouldn't even be having these problems now.
Jason Kidd is a better option for this team.
Facts.
Oh yeah, he definitely.
And he's a better player.
I had this argument with Kareem before about should we have fired Frank Vogel after last year, and everyone said if we fired Vogel last season, it would have been a bad look. That's what I heard.
But we let Jason Kidd go for nothing. So,
but that's what
you should have hired him.
They're like, I had this whole earlier this year, and they're like, "Oh, if you fire a coach after like a year or something, it's a bad look." Blah blah blah. Like
he was the head coach anyway.
Frank Vogel made a lot of mistakes last year as far as rotation wise.
Yeah, that's what I said too. But I had this whole argument with Kareem. I think
he got a little carried away.
I had this argument with Kareem and somebody else. I forgot it is.
Yeah.
Now we came back on this saying that we should have got Vogel last year. Just like
well, they would have hired Jason Kidd in the beginning, but I guess he had some other issues, and they wanted them just to wait on the bench a year.
I think they just made excuses.
I don't think it was that.
Before that, though, that was an excuse. Jason Kidd had coached the Milwaukee Bucks.
Right.
Yeah, so that was an excuse.
That's an excuse, man. That was bullcrap. He should have got that job over Vogel.
Well, that was the reason Ty Lue didn't want to take it, because they was forcing Jason Kidd on the staff.
Yeah, they wanted to pick his assistants and everything.
Which is crazy.
But Felicia, Jeannie Buss is a woman owner. I think it would have looked better if she had signed Jason Kidd with the allegations resurfacing outright as the head coach.
Bought his life.
Yeah, that would have looked a lot
I'm
better.
just saying strategically.
Hold on. But didn't Chauncey Billups went
They
through
even
the
had a
same thing?
chance to get Tom Thibodeau, and they didn't do it.
But
Chauncey Billups got hired by a female owner as well?
No, I think that's a guy owner for the Portland Club.
The Portland owner is female. Not, the guy's dead.
No, Paul Allen passed away. So
Yeah, he did.
So
His
daughter took over.
He owned her dead.
Okay, but the GM made that decision though. The GM for Portland is a man,
Yeah,
and he made the decision
O'Shea made that choice before he got fired.
Our GM is a man.
And Chauncey stuff wasn't resurfacing either. That stuff happened when he was a child. He was what, 18 years old?
I was like in
17.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And plus, it was just allegations. They wasn't able to prove that. The thing with I get it. The thing with Jason Kidd was it was actually proven. But at the end of the day, how long are you going to blame this man for something that went down how many years ago? And he's been a coach before.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, been a head coach.
Her as a woman.
Yeah,
her as a woman running it, it just would have looked bad to me.
Once again, I'm gonna reiterate what Elder said. The Lakers organization does not care about winning right now. I don't know what the problem is.
Yep.
They have no sense of urgency whatsoever.
Well, the reason they cared about winning then was because everybody wanted Jenny Buss gone.
Well, that's not going to happen.
I just thought everybody, but how can you make an owner leave? Like,
you can't.
She already bought her
like
brother
Cowboy
out.
fans asking Jerry Jones to sell the team. That
She
shit
had
never
majority stake. She had the majority stake, so
that shit ain't never gonna happen.
Some racist stuff.
yeah, that's it. They're not.
They just try to hold on. You guys remember the whole Robert Sarver situation?
Yeah, whatever happened to that? Yeah.
Nothing.
But see, that's the problem with Jeannie Buss right now. She needs to. I mean, look, we wouldn't be in this situation if we still had Jerry Buss. You know what I'm saying? In the organization.
Oh yeah, Dr. Buss didn't play that game.
Jerry Buss is dead, guys.
Come on,
the problem is this.
Man.
The problem is
dead, guys. Come on.
the problem is the Lakers already had deals in place. And LeBron and AD went to the office and said, no, we want Westbrook. So now they're making them just, you know what? We're not making no more moves. We're not doing nothing. And so this team that you wanted, work it out.
But at the end of the day, they all got some fault in it. And I mean, they started from last year. You know, LeBron chose Westbrook, right? The Lakers organization chose freaking Frank Vogel. You know, all because you don't want LeBron to have that type of control. That's what it boils you down to. So they all got some input on what's going on with the Lakers organization right now. And it's sad.
They got Kurt Rambis and his wife running the show too. This is it's like it's too many chiefs out of Indians.
But that's
and then you got the guy over business operations. He have been running. How many folks do y'all need?
But that's what I'm saying. We would be in a whole better position if we had Jerry West. You know, we wouldn't be worried about this.
Yeah, that's what Magic Johnson got the hell up out of here. He like, you know what? I don't need to deal with this.
Yeah.
Jerry West left the Lakers long before this.
Jerry West been gone for 20 years.
I know
already.
that.
What you
And
talk
at the
about?
end of the day, he should never left. He should be.
He 5 championships after he left. Felicia. We're good.
He should have been retired.
Well, when they got Magic, he was trying to do something, but they didn't want to get rid of Pelinka. So Magic say, I'm gone.
Well, to be honest, they should never let Mitch go either.
Mitch Kupchak, are you?
No, it was time for Mitch to go.
Yeah, he was there for a long time.
It was about time. He needed a new scenery.
Time for Mitch to go. Yeah, you can tell it was just time.
I didn't think Mitch was that bad.
Yeah, he was bad enough.
Mitch Kupchak cannot manage a modern team. Trust me, Mitch.
What? He's doing all right in Charlotte.
Why do you think he's in Charlotte? Why?
What? Charlotte's got a better team. I mean,
they got Montrezl Harrell for nothing.
They kind of got lucky and got some of the guys they got.
They if it wasn't for they getting lucky in like 3 drafts in a row, they would have been nothing right now.
What? You telling me the Lakers didn't get lucky in the lottery? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
No,
And
I'm
by the
not.
time we got those players, Mitch Kupchak was gone.
I'm
Eric,
saying
what are you talking
LaMelo fell to him kind of though, because he wasn't
Did the Howlers do
LaMelo Ball
anything?
before he was drafted was playing in some countries I don't even know how to pronounce.
I mean, what
The
odds
Smush
of
Parker
4
days.
consecutive years in the top 4 in the lottery? What are odds of that? Like,
I tell y'all
We
today.
still develop those players, Eric. If we didn't sign LeBron and make the AD
dude,
move,
we had
those guys
3
would still
number
be here.
2s and 1 number 4 in 4 consecutive years. That lottery gotta be jackpot. All right, so.
And we will still kept those guys
all
if
those
it wasn't
players are
for
great.
we trying to
I mean,
win
good
now.
players.
Okay.
No, we
What
still
you
wouldn't
say,
be
Alvin?
winning though. All those players are good players too. We just wouldn't be winning championships with them, but they're all a good player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just that management decided to sign LeBron win now instead of
got
build a team,
D'Lo,
whatever.
Well,
Ball,
also too, like
No, Ball's life. I'm not
Isaiah
saying I
in
rather
those
do what.
last
I'm
years,
just
Kobe
saying
wanted all
the
his money.
management picked the direction, and here we are right now. It ain't got nothing to do with what I want.
No.
What
Y'all
I
gotta
want don't
understand.
make
Kobe
the
didn't even
management
have
do
to
stuff.
negotiate that money. They offered that money to Kobe.
I know,
He
but
just took it.
I'm just saying, like, he
He took it. Well,
yeah, that was their way of showing appreciation to him. But
you'd have took it too.
yeah,
Hell yeah.
but that made the teams not, where they couldn't really do nothing because
They
he
could.
ate up most of that salary
And
cap.
you know what? They could. They could have went into the luxury. Just
Well,
like
yeah.
most of the time they win a chip,
They
you in the
they
luxury. It
automatically
ain't.
in
I
the
can't
luxury.
think of too many teams that's gonna win a chip without being in the luxury tax. You
Right.
gotta have the talent. So the Lakers just was being cheap, counting
Yeah.
all their money they made from the championship. So no, they easily could have still.
And
put
Kobe
something
didn't care.
around
He was
Kobe.
like, "What? Y'all gonna pay me what?"
Yeah.
Westbrook was just too much money, man.
Yeah, that's the way they used to play guys back. They would pay
Yeah, they
guys
gave up too much for Westbrook.
paying them at the end of their contract. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, they rewarded you at the
Now,
end.
I don't
Just
necessarily.
imagine if we would have had that first round pick now,
Which pick?
or the one they gave out to Washington for Westbrook.
That went to Indiana.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was
turned
part
into
of it.
Isaiah. That turned into Isaiah Jackson.
But y'all know who went right before that? Bones Highland.
Where
he went. No, he went after Isaiah Jackson.
They both decent little players. We had another pick that was number 4. Remember that we gave
Darius
up the same year
Garland?
we did what's the name?
Anthony
we got
Davis.
Darius Garland was our pick,
Yep.
and the guy
from Hawks, the Hawks.
the one guy in the Hawks right now, DeAndre Hunter was our
DeAndre
4th pick too.
Yep.
But
Oh, didn't we have the Peyton boy?
Who? Peyton?
What Peyton boy?
Come on, Gary Payton's son.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
in
the
the- I
Hawks
think in the
had
summer
him.
league.
He's been on
In the
like he's
summer-
been on like 6-18.
Yeah,
we
but
had him. They cut
I
him.
mean, see, like players like that. That's
He in
who we
Golden
should've
State
been-
now.
Yeah, but
He-
we're
no,
not
he was
we're not
in
the
the
only
Lakers,
team
but
that
I'm
cut
saying
Gary
that we
Payton.
should've picked
So
him up.
it's a little different.
You have to
Yeah, he's a
follow
part of
the
their
trend.
rotation.
We're not the only team that cut him. It wasn't like that.
Yeah, like I said, he played for like 6-8 teams. You have
Yeah,
to
like,
follow.
it took him a while.
You have to follow the trend. The trend in the NBA right now.
We still
is
had
that
him as an option.
Yeah, we did, but he wasn't as good with us as he was with
Yeah,
them. Not
as
even
he
close.
would be. Right.
But you have to follow the trend. The trend in the NBA right now is that these young players are taking a longer time to develop. They're not ready at 22 and 23. They don't
Right.
get good until 24, 25, and 26. This is what Stanley Johnson, lottery pick. Look at him now. He played himself out the league as a 19-year-old, 20-year-old, 21, 22-year-old, got humbled, 23, 24, he in the G League, 25, now he back in the league. He's
Yeah.
better now, though. If you watch him now than when he was with the Pistons, he's much more effective,
Yeah.
even without scoring all the time. So you gotta. That's another reason why they don't want to give him THT.
Yeah.
Because here he is going through those rough years, those setback, those what do you call them, the pushback years. But what's gonna happen when he turns 24, 25?
Yeah.
And a
He ain't
lot
gonna
of
be
these
bad.
players. Look at the guys in what's the name? Imagine if you gave up on Jordan Poole his first year.
What?
Gave up on his second year. 'Cause
Jordan
these guys,
Poole's first year was bad.
Yeah, everybody
these
wanted,
guys,
like even Warriors
these
fans
guys
wanted
were
him
not
gone.
good. I'm telling you, these
Yeah.
guys
Poole
were
was
not
bad.
good.
Like Cameron Payne. Like Cameron Payne
Nah,
played his way
Cameron
out the
Payne
league.
was a
and-
little different.
Lee.
He had some decent
Yeah.
years with OKC, then played himself out of it.
Who, Cameron Payne?
Yeah, he was okay.
He was known for dancing with Westbrook.
Right.
That was the only thing.
Yeah, like that was when he was okay. Like he was scoring like 10 points a game doing the thing.
But he played himself right out the league, and
That was afterwards.
What I'm saying is, look at these guys' ages. Go look at these guys' ages.
Right.
They're all 25 and over.
Christian
They're
Wood.
still young, but they 20. Christian Wood, another one. They're 25 and oh, they don't get good until around 24, 25, 26 years old.
I think it has something to do with no college. They don't have that pressure. They don't have the.
Here's the
They
problem
don't have
with
to
the
go. Wait a
current
minute,
league, though.
Tom.
Like the
They don't
players
have
wants to get
Tom,
drafted.
you cut him off. Tom, you just cut him dead off.
You blatantly cut him off.
I didn't cut
Go
him
ahead,
off.
brother. Go ahead, bro.
I'm saying that a lot of it had to do. I think it has a lot to do with they don't get to have that college game. You know, putting in. You know, some guys, of course, they can go in and play right away. But most of the guys, they need that not just the play, but the pressure, to travel, to grow up, to be men, their bodies to mature. And they come in the league, and a lot of times they got all this pressure on them, but it's a lot of it's just potential. And they're not going to see where their game's going to go until they're 24, 25. And teams getting guys and kind of almost trying to farm them out, but you don't want to give up on them too quick or they'll just grow. Because certain guys, they're totally different than what they was when they was drafted. You know, and a lot of times guys, they just got to get to the right system. So
I agree too. I think that college experience makes a big
Now,
difference.
the big
Yeah,
difference
but
is
how
college
do you
is
ask players to stay in
consistent.
college that long?
No, you don't have to make a mistake. College is consistent. You're gonna play games, and the number one thing you're gonna do is practice every day.
Mhm.
Practice all the time. In the NBA, you playing so many games, you don't practice. And now, if you're not in the rotation, where's your consistency coming from?
right.
This is why it's taking them longer, because you're playing against better competition. So you would think you're going to get better, but you don't have the reps. College gives you the reps. And you watch these guys that come in after 3 or 4 years of college, those guys come in instantly ready to contribute to these teams.
Right.
They do. They come in ready to contribute. These young potential guys, a lot of them don't be ready to contribute. And if they do, they get up and then they hit that wall. And that wall is what gets ugly for 2 years, the second, third, fourth year. That's where it gets ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Elder,
Yeah,
I got
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I got a question for you. This is not on sports, but remember that day you was on the panel and you mentioned something about a wine. What was the name of that wine? Because you said it was a sweet wine. I want to pick it up.
Blackberry. You ain't gonna be able to pick it up. It's made up here in Georgia, where I'm at, and it's at a winery here. So it I don't know if you could send me an email with an address, or something. I can just ship you some if you want me to.
Okay,
I'll hook you
I'll
up.
put my whatchamacallit in that
In a
you got
private
an
chat.
email? Yeah, in the private
Yeah, I
chat
have an
thing.
email. I'll put my email in the private chat, and you can just email
Okay,
me. Okay.
and I'll send you the money for it. That's cool, but I
You
want
ain't
to
gotta
try
worry
it. 'Cause-
about. Don't worry about the money.
yeah. All right.
Yeah, but I'll send you that. They do like a 3-pack, and if
Mhm.
you like sweet, I'll send you a couple blackberry and some what's the new one? Raspberry. Yeah, it's good.
Oh yeah.
Well, Felicia, you was gonna hit the wine like LeBron was after that game last night.
Let me tell you.
Yeah, just email me and I'll
LeBron
send it
gonna
to
have
you.
to put on the Superman cape.
LeBron like, look, I need some wine and some rest.
No, you know what? No, we need that Lobos. That's what we needed last night because that
Oh no.
Man, LeBron was gas, man. Them young boys was running.
You know, no. You know what happened? Hold on. No, you know what happened? LeBron played point guard for the first time in a long time.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Russ
yeah.
didn't play.
I
LeBron
saw the
played
entire
point
fucking
guard.
fan base wanted that shit. I saw.
Yeah.
No,
Until LeBron had 6 turnovers that
Balls
did.
Live been saying this shit. Balls Live was like, what was that you said? Balls Live subtraction is what addition?
subtraction by addition. Addition by
He going on for that the entire day yesterday, 2 days ago, I think. He was like,
honestly,
if we took out Russ, we're a better team.
Honestly,
blah,
we are,
blah.
but we are, but we had to get a point guard back, and that was part of. I think that was part of the reason Lakers didn't want to pull the trigger either, because just
So do you
moving
think,
Russ,
Elder?
you don't bring a point guard back.
Right.
So do you think that we signed Malik Monk to a long term?
No.
Well, we ain't gonna have the money.
Nah, but
Well,
if we can move
it ain't
Russ in
that.
the offseason,
It's
we
not
might.
that.
What?
Not that. Malik Monk, when you extending a player, there's rules to when they're on a 1 year deal. You can only like they don't let you bring in a guy on a 1 year deal. Like I'm just gonna throw an arbitrary number. Say you brought him in like Malik Monk and pay him $2 million. They don't let you go from paying him $2 million to paying him 20, to paying him 15. You have to on your extension, or re-signing, you got to go up incremental. So like the most they can offer Malik Monk next year is $2.15 million.
Oh,
because
hell.
hold on. Let me finish. Because that is a 15-20% increase of his salary now at 1.7.
Goodness.
Or they can put him if old boy opts out, none. If he opts out, then we have our mid-level. We have our mid-level exemption, which is going to be like $6.2 million next year. So they can do like a 2-year, $13 million deal or something like that, or a $12.5 million deal, which I don't think is going to be enough. Or if we get the salary cap, the salary space, which we don't, then he could go into free agency, and then we can just sign a new deal with him and offer him more money. And I think that would only be like what they did with what the Clippers did with what's his name, Jackson. Remember how they did that this past year, and he got $11 million a year or something like that. We can do a deal like that to keep him, but we would have to be under the salary cap to do it, and it would take moving Russ. Well, not you can trade him, but you can't take all that salary back because you would have to be under the salary cap to do it. And we have a hard time with that just because of LeBron and old boy. I mean, because people forget they're making $40 million too. LeBron made 41 this year, and I think Anthony Davis made 38. So that's a lot of money. Just them two.
So he's gonna want to get paid.
And they get raises every year. The way the contract is made. You get, if it's 4 years, you get 39, 41, 43, 45. You see what I'm saying? It goes up like that. So for most players, not all, but most.
Okay, Elder, to your point, right? I just wanted to say this. I think LeBron will be willing to play point guard if you brought in a scorer. Like, let's just say, for example, I'm not saying this is gonna happen, but like Zach LaVine. I think LeBron will go to that role if you just need him to score 17 to 18 points. But what LeBron won't do is if you ask him to play point guard, but you just have shooters around him. So LeBron has to get you 10 assists and then still score 25 points.
Russ scores 17 points a game. What's your point, Russ?
Okay, come on now. We see how Russ gets his points.
Russ doesn't need LeBron to get his point. That's sure your point.
I'm not saying that, but we see it takes him like 17 shots to get 15 points.
He's not a shooter, Tom.
Now here's the key. Here's the thing.
So you just said LeBron can't play. Somebody create his own shot. We have a guy like that.
Ball is light. Here's the problem. It takes a tremendous amount of energy to run the point.
That's why
you got to bring the ball up the court, run the offense. It takes a lot more energy. And LeBron knows at this age he don't have that energy. You see how it gassed him out last night. So you know what teams will do when they realize that. All they're going to do is put their most physical, athletic guy on LeBron and make him turn all night long, meaning pick him up 94 feet, and by the end of the third and the fourth quarter, he's done. He has nothing left. So it's not, and LeBron saw that. That's why he said, get me another ball. Because think about the year we won. Who was another guy that can actually handle the ball and create a shot on his own?
Rondo was the point guard.
That was it. He was the only one, and he was coming off the bench. Nobody else could handle that ball like that and get their own shot. And LeBron bumped that. I can't play this way no more and be sustained. I need somebody else that can help me handle this ball. But so this is why they developed THT. This is why they brought in Schroeder. This is why they brought in Russ. This is why they brought in Monk. All these cats can handle the ball. This is why Hillbilly Kobe gets minutes, y'all, besides his defense, because he can handle that ball. Why do you think Stanley Johnson can stay out there a little bit? Because he can handle the ball a little bit and get to the basket. I'm telling you, if you can dribble that ball a little bit and take the pressure off LeBron from having to do it, and he could just play half court, you're gonna be on that court for the Lakers.
Yeah,
that's why we needed none. But unfortunately,
that was our Felicia. That was you on to it. That's what the plan from day one. Because think about it. They gave Monk, out of all these guys that got minimum deals, they knew they had that mid-level. They gave it to Monk.
You
That
mean Nunn,
means
right?
Nunn. I mean, they gave it
Yeah.
to Nunn. They gave it
Yeah.
to Nunn because they expected Nunn to be their they're not a scapegoat, but they're guy that they fallback plan. If
Right.
Russ is still being Russ and tripping, we got a guy that if he comes in and produce, we can justify splitting Russ's minutes. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the more he produces, the more and Nunn is a bucket getter, y'all. I'm telling you, when Nunn is flowing, he's scoring on all three levels, y'all. And he can score
Yeah,
in
he was
buckets.
killing us in the finals.
He was, and he's a solid defender because he comes from that Miami system. He's gonna stay on the rope, and he's gonna stay disciplined in his defense. He ain't gonna take the time, the lapses in plays and sitting around there looking. He ain't cheating inside trying to steal rebounds. He ain't doing that stuff. So I was excited about having him. He ain't on the court though. So I see what you mean, Baller's Life, when you say if we can get him back, Melo, blah, blah, blah. I still don't think that's going to be enough with the damage we've already done. And still having Russ on the roster, I don't think it's going to be enough. Because Russ, if he's on the roster, he's got to get minutes.
Yeah.
It's not going to be enough to get us over the top and to help us win the championship. I don't see, even with that,
Well,
it's two
I
or
mean, we
three
got
teams in
26
the
games
West,
to
3
figure
or
it
4
out.
teams in the East that we're not better than, in my opinion.
You know what, Elder? The only reason I said that, right? It's not like our issue is necessarily scoring, and it's not necessarily the team cannot play defense. They just don't. They don't give energy.
Right.
So I'm just saying, if we get our guys back and people's like want to start playing, LeBron starts playing defense, setting the tone, I think they still got a chance in the West.
To win it?
Yeah.
I'm not with you on that one, bro.
You know
Sorry.
what? I do not trust Golden State and Phoenix. They're obviously the two best teams in the West, but I'm just saying I think the Lakers could take them in the 7-game series.
The only way we going to get out of this debacle that we in right now, and this is what I thought was the whole plan all along by signing Russ, because remember, Russ wasn't our first option. You know, we tried with CP3. We tried with freaking Damian Lillard. You know what I'm saying? They ain't want us. So they went with Russ. They figured that with Russ, he has enough to get you to the playoffs, right? But we know Russ is not going to win in the playoffs. So we're going to find a way to limit his minutes, right? So he don't have that ball in his hand as much. That was why we signed Nunn. So that didn't work out. My thing is, if somebody can get in Russ' head about his decision making, as far as his decision making and shot selection, those are the two things, crucial things that he needs to work on. And I feel, because I do believe that he does get better in the second half of the season. So I'm hoping that he can at least try to be a whole lot better, because that's the only way he's going to be able to do it.
The reason I think, well, he gets better, but this fit is just bad because the guy he's with needs to have the ball in his hand
just as much as he do, right?
Yeah,
but,
and it's just not gonna fit, man. It's just not gonna fit. His jump shot has gotten worse because he used to have a solid mid range, pull up from the free throw where you can depend on that thing. It's not there no more. I mean, Russ is making 1 out of every 10 or 12 of those shots. That's not gonna make it. That's just not gonna.
I mean, whatever happened to his stop and pop? Because he used to be lethal at that.
He ain't worked on it. Russ ain't his game is just he ain't
How do
added
you lose
nothing.
a jump shot? How do you?
Yeah, he's have a nice stop and pop
from
shot.
not working on it, bro. I promise you. You go play and get consistent at playing, and then take time off, and then don't get the reps up. The reps are very important in the NBA. You got to get up reps. You got to put the work in. And the guys that get out there and get consistent, they're putting in that max work. They just are. They putting in that max work.
Hey, what are the odds of us trying in the offseason trying to go for Damian Lillard?
If he
what
wants
are you
to
gonna give up
come,
to
I
get him?
guess.
Okay, so look, do you think Portland would want Westbrook? It's an expiring contract.
I think they can, but it's going to be hard to justify it.
So look, Westbrook, THT, Nunn, and Monk.
Reeves.
You mean over the summer?
Yeah. and they can have that, and they can have, because remember we got that 27 and I think the 27 first round pick and 29, I think.
Yeah, but we're not gonna be able to trade out that far. It's just 23. That would be 6 years out. We ain't gonna be able to trade out that far. We
Oh,
can do
okay.
the 27. That's the one we'll be able to give. But even in that though, I don't. That's look at all those. I mean, now you gotta
That's
have
what I'm
roster
saying.
space. You gotta have roster space for all those dudes.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
again,
I
we're gonna
like.
be in the same
That's why
position
you gotta
though.
get. That's why I was saying you gotta get more back. Because if you're doing Portland, you could do Dame,
And Nurkic.
Nurkic,
Yeah.
and like Tony Snell or whoever, just anybody like that, and then put that with Russ, THT, Nunn, and one other player, and make a 4-on-3 type of thing with some picks.
Right.
You know,
Well,
that's how you make
Snell,
that work.
they got rid of Snell. He was part
I
of that
know.
CJ McCollum trade.
Yeah, I know.
Mhm.
I know. And I would think he's a buyout candidate because he wasn't playing in Portland at all. He
Right.
wasn't.
He
And I
wasn't.
take Snell. I take him. He's good defensively. Well, so yeah, we'll see. I just don't have no faith in the Lakers, y'all, doing anything on the buyout just because I don't see her just paying for guys to go sit at home and make money. I don't see Jeannie doing that. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I don't see her doing it. So I don't see us doing nothing. Just playing with the guys that we got. That's it.
So you don't think we don't have enough to buy him out either?
She got the money. I don't think she's gonna do it. I don't think she's gonna spend it.
But I mean, if we get to the plan, she gonna have to do it.
She'd have to do it now though, because they don't let you wait till the end of the year. You got a time frame. I don't know what it is, but they have a time frame. If they're not on your team and your roster by that time frame, they can't play in the playoffs. You can add other guys if necessary because of injuries and sicknesses, whatever. But if they're not signed on your roster by a certain time, they can't play in the playoffs. So they need to do that like right now after the buyout.
And when does the buyout market start?
Now, immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Teams can start buying them out now. And it ain't far after the trade deadline, y'all. It's not like a 2-3 week period. I don't think. I don't know though. I have to look and see how long it is and when does it end for this year for the buyout market.
So before we can get any players, we gotta either have to release.
Yeah, we got to make roster spot. We only get so many, and ours is full, like most teams is right now.
Right.
So you got to have a roster spot, and once we got that, shoot, we're good to go. We can do what we want. Then if we got a roster spot, we can put anybody in it. So.
So what are the odds of them buying out DeAndre Jordan and Bazemore?